Let's take a look at our Intermountain Sports Performance Star Watch player tonight for the Snow Canyon Warriors. It's a guy we were just talking about, Rustin, Cale Johnson, who is so deadly in the red zone for Snow Canyon. He's a deep threat down the field for the Warriors as well. And going back to last season, he's been the comfort blanket for the quarterback.
Oh, I love you mentioning going back to last season, AT. In fact, last time these guys met last year, it was a 42-14 Snow Canyon win out in H-Town. And guess who had 2 receiving touchdowns in that game? The very mentioned Cale Johnson that you brought up. 3 receptions, 121 yards, 2 touchdowns last time these two teams squared off. Now, in that game, Austin McRoberts also had 2 touchdowns of his own accord, so it really sets the table well for some of the big-time names you're seeing here tonight.
And we're picking a Star Watch from the home team, but if we were to pick one for the away team, it'd probably be the guy you would just mention, Austin McRoberts, who is lightning in a bottle. We've seen him do it as a receiver, a running back, in special teams. He does it all for the Tigers this year, who are looking for their second region win of the season. They previously beat Pineview a couple weeks ago. Snow Canyon also looking for their second win in the region. As we got a flyby, Burnsy, on homecoming. Beautiful shot there, the helicopter. Was he supposed to drop a ball or something?
You know what? The mascot looks dejected there. He dropped his shield and everything. So he was ready for something.
He would have dropped it anyway.
Maybe they have a paraglider coming in.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have kickoff. It's homecoming night at Snow Canyon High School. The Hurricane Tigers and the Snow Canyon Warriors. We'll be back on ESPN 97.7.
It's fabulous. So fabulous. Fabulous Freddy's Car Wash.
Want your car sparkling clean and to save big on gas? Now you can go unlimited for as low as $20 a month. That's right, get your unlimited car wash pass and save 20 cents per gallon on gas. But wait, it gets even better. The higher the wash package, the more you save. Up to 40 cents per gallon every time. Don't miss out on these incredible savings. Fabulous Freddy on River Road or North Bluff in St. George. Go unlimited today.
Get ready. Wash our cars at Fabulous Freddy's.
There's no better time to bring the timeless quality and dependability of GE appliances to your home than right now with your local appliance experts at Appliance Wholesalers Plus. Save on premium finish options that you won't find anywhere else, and features that help you spend less time doing chores and more time doing what matters to you. Now's your chance to save big on select GE appliances. Visit your local appliance experts at Appliance Wholesalers Plus or shop online at ApplianceWholesalersPlus.com.
Tonight's action is brought to you in part by Fabulous Freddy's.
Welcome back. Thanks for being with us. Rustin Burnside, Andy Thompson here at Snow Canyon High School, home of the Warriors. And it's homecoming night. We're ready for kickoff. Ideal Home and Paint game of the night on ESPN 97.7. We got 2 others on our family of radio networks. If you're looking for Dixie Desert Hills, that's over on KDXU. Pineview Cedar is on 101.9 FM. Ball is in the air and into the end zone for a touchback, and we'll see the Hurricane Tigers. Dylan Gabriel, starting quarterback, who you heard diagnosed this week on Quarterback U on our airwaves, is a dynamic player, Rustin, because we've seen him run it a lot this year, throw it successfully down the field, but they've had so much success for the run, they really haven't had to go to his arm very much.
Well, we talked about how Cedar was able to slow down this ground game in our keys to the game there, AT. That doesn't mean they were able to slow down Gabriel. 85 rush yards last week in the loss to Cedar, 7-11, 118 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions on the year, 40 of 70, 700 yards, 11 touchdowns to 6 picks. He's somebody who's capable of picking up that big first down or big play with his feet, but he's very capable through the air as well.
Gabriel in the shotgun. In kind of the shotgun single wing, he'll motion across Austin McRoberts. He'll give it to McRoberts around that right edge. He'll try to cut back and then cuts back to the sideline, knocked out of bounds for a short gain there on first down to McRoberts.
The Hurricane Tigers offense averaging 32.5 points per game. Snow Canyon defensively giving up about 25 a game. The Warriors have had their moments here and there. There's a lot of faith in this defensive unit for Snow Canyon, but they've also gone through some injuries, right? They've had some tough moments, tough sledding here and there, and right now they're really hoping to kind of hit their groove right in the middle of region play.
Connor Clyde, the pistol back behind Gabriel. He'll motion Jacobs, and he's got room on the counter to the left side. He's going to cross over the 35, run over a man at the 40, and a fabulous Freddy's first down run. Brody Jacobs, who comes up limping a little bit after the first down gain.
Man, big block up there, AT. I didn't get number 55, making sure that's Brian Ireland, who creates a nice little seal there on the end, allowing Jacobs to kind of get into that second level and turn it on. That's one thing I've been impressed with. We talk about the Tigers' run game. They have some very athletic offensive linemen who are able to create chaos.
Yeah, they've been doing a great job getting second level all year for the Tigers, occupying linebackers. 1st and 10 for Hurricane on their own 40-yard line. Gabriel wants McRoberts in motion again. He'll fake it to him and run it up the middle. Gets a block, tries to get the corner, is grabbed and thrown down. Nice defensive play there. Cale Esplin in on the tackle for Snow Canyon.
Esplin does an excellent job making sure that play has no room to breathe. And Snow Canyon is one of those squads that's going to try to make sure you go between the offensive line, right? They don't play around with a lot of this outside stuff. They've had success against this outside stuff, and right there they do a solid job creating a 2nd down and 10.
Good read and coming up and making a play there by Esplin. 2nd down and 10 after no gain. Here come the Tigers. We'll see if this is still a running down a distance for Hurricane. Double wing. Fakes the handoff, rolling out right, looking to throw down the field. He's going to be grabbed and he escapes. He's still alive. He runs over to the right, throws it into the flats, caught, and up for a first down. What an incredible play by Dylan Gabriel, escaping and getting the first down.
I am absolutely blown away. You were starting to call it, AT. You said he's sacked. He's going down. Big time play by Snow Canyon's defense. False. What a job. Gabriel nearly down to his knees, sneaks away, slips away, rolls to the right, and finds Clyde, who has nothing but open room in front of him for a big time Tiger first down, now entering Warriors territory for the first time.
Fabulous Freddy's first down for the Tigers. Here comes Gabriel. Get a motion again. This time gives it to Clyde right up the middle. He's got room, lowers his shoulders, stays on his feet, and it comes up about 2 yards short of the line to gain, but Clyde is running hard tonight.
And right now you have to admire whoever's going to try to make that stop on someone like Clyde. That was Carson Stewart getting in there, going low, and he took a shot for it type situation. Clyde is a big-time runner. Those legs churn, they burn, they do whatever they need to do to make sure he's – it sounds cheesy, AT, but yeah. Clydesdale, right? It's too easy.
Oh, it's a perfect fit. Absolutely. Here we go. 2nd down and short for Gabriel on the Warrior 36-yard line. He'll motion McRoberts. Hands it to McRoberts. He cuts back up the middle, has a seam. He'll get the fabulous Freddy's first down, and Hurricane is marching on their first possession.
Now, the Tigers said, we understand you're going to take away the outside. You're going to take away the sweeps. That's fine. We'll start running between our guard and tackle. And the last couple plays, AT, it's been working. Tigers continue to tick down the field.
We 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line of Snow Canyon. And the referee is motioning for Karsten Stewart to go to the bench. There was some sort of equipment confusion. And Karsten's saying, what? I got knee pads on. Why do I have to go? And the ref says, no, go and pull your knee pads down lower or something. I can't quite figure out why Stewart had to go. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Will they keep it on the ground? Probably. Here's the snap. Hand on the counter again to McRoberts. He's got nowhere to go. Beautiful play on that left edge. That was Hank West, the junior, who's the stud lineman, goes both ways for the Warriors this year and made the stop.
West does a good job. McRoberts really hard to break down when he has a little bit of wiggle room, which he did there. West stays dialed in, focuses up on the ball carrier, and makes the stop. We've seen the Tigers deal with the 2nd and 10 earlier in this drive. They've been able to move the ball pretty easily, but it's nice for Snow Canyon to take a little bit of that pressure off the defense to bring up a 2nd down and 10.
From the 29-yard line. 8:43 and counting on our Nets on fire clock here in the first quarter. Hurricane wants to get to pay dirt. Here's the snap. The fake to Jacobs, and Gabriel keeps it, and he's wrapped up again. with nowhere to go. Trayvon with the big hands. Stops Gabriel's progress.
No Houdini work that time from Gabriel. Trayvon, sure-handed, beautiful wrap-up, drives him back to the point where the officials eventually have to intervene and blow the play dead themselves. Gabriel wasn't going to go down. Vaughn wasn't going to let him go. Big-time performance there from Snow Canyon's superstar defensive end.
3rd and 11. Here we go. Biggest play of the game thus far in the first 3rd down for the Tigers. And it's 3rd and long. See if C.J. Trump will be the wide receiver to the far side. He's their down the field threat. They will have McRoberts split out to the near side. And here we go. Gabriel motions over Brody Jacobs, and we'll have a procedure penalty as McRoberts flinched like he was going to be the motion man, and it looks like that'll put Hurricane 5 yards further back.
Yeah, it was a unique situation because McRoberts lined up there. 9 out of 10 times he's not staying there. He's waiting for the word, waiting for the command. He's expecting to come inside. That's a crucial part of the Tigers' offense. And someone didn't get the memo down the line. Jacobs moved, McRoberts moved, and he was all out of sorts as the Tigers back up. Trayvon with a big stop, and now everything going on down like it is. This Warriors defense, they struggled a little bit for the first little while, but right now they're starting to dial in, and now on 3rd and long, maybe they dial up the pressure.
And we got a timeout on the field. The Hurricane Tigers have spent their first one. That's brought to you by Dixie Chiropractic. Take a timeout to Dixie Chiropractic with the most advanced technology and expertise in all of St. George and a proud sponsor of Region 9 Athletics. If you're suffering with disc herniation pain, Dixie Chiropractic, also known as the Disc Herniation Clinic, can help get you out of pain. And here comes Hurricane. They may have gotten the timeout off Ruston before the flag, right? So it'll remain 3rd and 11. And we'll see what Coach Ashby, the old head coach, who's now the offensive coordinator, has in store for the Warriors on this play.
And remember, Hurricane has not yet attempted, well, they have attempted one pass. It was a completion to Clyde. Watch the backs out of the backfield.
Trump is soloed out with Tristan Bostwick on that left side. They'll hand it off up the middle, and a big gain on 3rd and 11 will make it 4th and just a few yards. So a big luxury for Hurricane on 3rd and long if you're planning on go forward down territory, just to give it to your fullback right up the middle for a big gain.
Yeah, major credit to Coach Ashby there. He calls the right play in this scenario. We're sitting here thinking, well, you got to go 11 yards to the first down marker. He's thinking, I just got to go 5 or 6, and then that's going to make 4th down much more doable. And now, because it's going to be a 4th and much more manageable AT, Snow Canyon doesn't know if you're going to dial up a pass. They don't know if you're going to call a run. Like, your offense opens up on 4th and long. Obviously, it's a pass. But here the Warriors' defense has to be ready for absolutely anything. Yeah,
really nice call and great execution again by the front of the Tigers. Well, that offensive line. Here we go. 4th down and 4 to go from the 23-yard line. Here's the motion man. They're going to speed option left. Gabriel's going to pull it down and try to power around the corner. He lowers the shoulder and will be spotted right around the line again. We'll see where they spot it. Looks like he might be a little bit short.
And Snow Canyon's pointing the other direction. They think they have a turnover on downs.
And we'll see what the refs decide here, if there will be a measurement on 4th and 4.
Well, the official closest to us here, he's surrounded by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Warriors. So they're trying to give him some opinions.
Peer pressure.
On what's going down. You know, just like you see on TV, the defense is always right next to the official when they're measuring.
And the white hat will gather up everybody else. Big play is they will come out, the chain gang, and measure it on the far side of the field. Thanks for being with us. Our ideal home and paint game of the night here in beautiful southern Utah. And the sun is behind us. That means the visitors are no longer getting smacked in the bleachers by the sun. And it looks like Snow Canyon is excited. We'll see what the ref says. Yeah, Snow Canyon ball. Big stop by the Warriors around that edge. I thought that was a good design. He had lead blockers in front of him, Rustin. Great job by Snow Canyon flowing to the ball and making the stop.
Well, it comes down to what we witnessed earlier in the drive, right? The Warriors had success when Hurricane tried to kick it to the outside. That was a common theme. Where the Tigers were able to run the football was between your linemen, right? In the trenches, getting down and dirty. And that was the case all the way down. They decided to kick it back to the outside, try to catch Snow Canyon off guard. The Warriors were unfazed. They continue that streak of being able to handle this Tigers team when they jump to the outside. Now, it's only one drive, a lot of ball game left, but a good job there to bend and not break for the Warriors, if you want to throw in a cliche.
Here comes Joe Mack and the offense. Handoff goes up the middle, nowhere to go. Swallowed up instantly by Hurricane. In the backfield was Jackson Weiniger and a couple other Tigers.
Yeah, and Weiniger's been so good this year. Leads this Hurricane Tigers team in tackles. He's been flying around the field all season long. He's one of the premier defenders in which we get to watch 10 tackles, 2 tackles for loss in the loss to Cedar. Joe Mack, quarterback for the Warriors this year, has 14 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 1,273 yards.
Second down, handoff goes up the middle again. Esplin kicks it outside, lowers the shoulder. Nice run for about an 8-yard gain. Way to get low there by Esplin, power runner, to make it 3rd and short.
And Esplin, they're counting on him to have a big-time gain. That is his 31st carry of the year. Came in tonight with 121 yards. And for Esplin, he's a key component to this Warriors ground attack that's kind of struggled to pick up steam and momentum through injuries and rotational situations. They're really hoping to establish that here tonight.
3rd and short. They give it to Esplin up the middle. He hits a red wall, and he'll be stopped right around the line to gain. This might be another one they have to measure. We'll see what the final spot is here.
See Fano in there at the bottom of the pile for the Hurricane Tigers, getting down and dirty. And either way, Snow Canyon seems pretty content to I expect this to probably be a first down, AT.
And they do.
Yeah, there it is.
1st and 10.
It was close. It was very close. Don't get me wrong, but credit to the Warriors. 3 straight runs, right, for a team that didn't necessarily move the football on the ground very well last week in that tough loss to Crimson Cliffs. I think they talked about it all week long, and they're trying to make that priority number 1 early.
3 receivers to the near side. Joe Mack looking to throw a screen. It's defended, and then Esplin leaks out, makes the catch, spins off a defender, and gets about 5 yards on 1st down. Good execution by Joe Mack, who was being hounded on that jailbreak.
Absolutely had to be patient there for Joe Mack Smith, waited for it to pop open. And once it did, Weiniger does a good job switching off of his man and sticking the tackle on Esplin, who tried to slip away.
2nd down and 5. Snow Canyon dealing with a lot of injuries this late in the season, but they're battling through them. 2nd down. Joe Mack wants a motion man. That's Cale Johnson, and we'll have a timeout here on Snow Canyon. There seemed to be some confusion on what the play call was. We'll take a quick one with them. You're listening to the Game of the Night, brought to you by Ideal Home and Paint on ESPN 97.7. Thanks for being with us. Back right after this.
Flynn Companies in St. George provides commercial building services to all of Utah. They bring your vision for the building to life without compromise. Flynn's customers have come to expect innovative solutions backed by unparalleled technical expertise and a disciplined approach to project building. Flynn Companies is a proud booster of the Southern Utah community and has literally helped to build it. Visit FlynnCompanies.com today.
Welcome back to the game. Brought to you in part by Bucks Ace Hardware.
Welcome back. We're ready for 2nd and 5. Thanks for being with us. Snow Canyon with the ball on the 34-yard line. Their own 34. 4:11 left in the 1st quarter, and no score between Hurricane and Snow Canyon. Joe Mack takes the snap, looking at the throw. On an in route and a little confusion between the quarterback and the receiver there. It falls incomplete. 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, when Smith let that ball fly, AT, it looks like it had all kinds of muster behind it. He put some strength into that one and everything. The only issue was his receiver wasn't in the vicinity. Miscommunication there all the way through. And it makes you wonder. You don't know what's happening in the huddle. You don't know who messed up, and you're not going to speculate who. All Snow Canyon knows is they got a 3rd down and 5 to deal with.
Here we go. We'll see if Hurricane sends numbers. They'll send 4. Joe Mack looking for an out route, then throws to the curl, and incomplete. Hit his man, but did not reel it in. It would have been a 1st down, and it's punt time for Snow Canyon.
The Tigers defense getting it done there. The Warriors, kind of an interesting design, AT, because Snow Canyon came out and ran the ball 3 consecutive times, right, and got that 1st down. After that, did they run the football again? or was it 3 consecutive passes? You had the screenplay, right?
Yeah.
That resulted in 2nd down and 5. You had the incompletion out there on the far side, and then the incompletion there. So 3 straight runs that get you a first down, 3 straight passes that get you a punt right here.
Back deep for the Tigers, Brody Jacobs. And Austin McRoberts just gets it away. It's a short punt, bounces at the 45 and takes a Snow Canyon bounce to about the 37-yard line, 38-yard line.
Russell Ellison, AT, for the Tigers. Where's number 40? He got off that edge really fast, and that punt was definitely rushed. You can see it by the end result. Luckily for the Warriors, it took a friendly bounce, and the Tigers will still end up with it on their side of the field. But good pressure there from Ellison. Something to keep an eye on. We've seen special teams influence a lot of games this year. I would even argue more so than usual.
Absolutely. Special teams win championships.
That's right.
The famous saying goes.
But defense travels.
That's absolutely right. Thanks for being with us. Our ideal home and paint game of the night. Rustin Burnside, Andy Thompson here with you. 3:53 left in the first quarter. Here is Gabriel. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws it outside to McRoberts on an out route. McRoberts makes the catch. Gets through a couple of Warriors and about an 8.5-yard gain on first down.
Yeah, a couple of Warriors, through a couple of Tigers. Whoever was in his way was going to feel the wrath there of Austin McRoberts getting involved early in this one. And, of course, why wouldn't he? You look at this kid and what he's been able to accomplish this year. I mean, just based on pure touchdown statistics alone, AT, he's got 6 rushing touchdowns, right? And then he's got 5 receiving touchdowns. That's 11 touchdowns in 6 games. Seems favorable.
2nd and short. They'll give to Clyde up the middle, and he's got room to run. And Clyde easily gets the first down and at about 12 more yards on top of that. And the fullback has had a bunch of space right through the A-gap tonight for the Tigers.
And Clyde's such a premier player for any football team because he's the type of guy who's willing to do what you ask, right? Run the football? Absolutely. Pick up first downs? You bet. Throw some blocks? Do some dirty work? Sure. Doesn't faze him. He's willing to do things at any level, any situation, whatever it takes to help his team win. He may not get all the touchdowns. He may not get all the glory, but he's absolutely crucial to any part of Hurricane's success.
Absolutely. 2 receivers wide with 2 wings for Hurricane. They'll run the counter to Brody Jacobs. He goes to the right side. He's got room. He's going to be pushed forward by his line. And the scrum will stop at about the 37-yard line. And Hurricane, I've been impressed. All their runs have been working, right?
Yep.
Like the counters right up the middle. Gabriel just short on the time he ran it for the first down, but they've got push tonight so far against the Snow Canyon front.
Well, the Tigers were half a yard away, remember their very first drive of the game, from being in Snow Canyon's red zone, right? It's been close. They moved the football incredibly well both drives. They just happened to stall out for a hot minute there on the first one. This one, though, they seem content to pick up right where they left off. They think that it works. They know that it works, and they're going to keep going.
Hurricane back to their base formation. Here's the fake handoff. He's pressured in the backfield. He's going to be wrapped up and taken down. A huge loss on 2nd down for the Tigers. And I think once again, Trey Vaughn was back there with some of his buddies, but Trey was the first one to meet Dylan Gabriel in the backfield.
And give it up. Vaughn had 1 sack last week in the loss to Crimson. Tonight in the first quarter with 1:40 on the clock, he has 2 big-time stuff from Vaughn. We talk about the Tigers' ground game working, and it has, but 2 of the 3 times Hurricanes drop back to pass, 2 of the 4, let's say, Gabriel's been under heavy pressure. One of those passes he had to play Houdini to make happen. The other 2, well, he's gone down.
Good job by Vaughn. Didn't fall for either of the play-action fakes. Just went right to the quarterback and made the 3rd and long. Here's Gabriel, straight drop back. Looking to throw, pulls it down, dancing in the pocket, pulls it back down, throws it over the top. He's got a man as McRoberts. He's open. He's got the ball at the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Hurricane. What a throw by Dylan Gabriel.
Oh, man, and McRoberts a little slow to get up. Hopefully everything's okay there because that was spectacular. You see the speed so many times this year. We're used to watching Austin work when he gets the ball out of the backfield or on a sweep, and then he's able to break free and turn on the jets. But here we see him running a route. He holds up for just a minute. As soon as he sees his quarterback roll out to the right, he realizes I have to create. That where I'm currently at, the route I currently ran will get us nowhere. He turns upfield. He and Gabriel flash that chemistry for a Tigers squad that's very close to each other, and he's into the end zone for touchdown number 12 on the year.
Here's the PAT up and good. Max Hutchings puts it through for Snow Canyon. They're the first to strike. It's 7-0 on our We Win Injury Loss scoreboard. Hurricane up on Snow Canyon with 1:03 left in the first period. We'll be right back.
What's up, Southern Utah? This is Casey Winters from Nets on Fire, where it is always basketball season. The new school year is here, which means basketball season is only a few months away. Get your game on point at Nets on Fire. We have amazing expert trainers ready to work you out in a group or individual training. Hustle over to netsonfire.org to see our full schedule of individual trainings, group trainings, camps, leagues, tournaments, and events. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Welcome back to the game. Brought to you in part by Bucks Ace Hardware.
7-0 Hurricane gets on the board on their second possession. What a freelance play from Dylan Gabriel to Austin and McRoberts get loose for the touchdown on 3rd and long. And the Tigers up 7-0 with 1:03 left here in the first quarter. Rustin Burnside, Andy Thompson here with you. Snow Canyon will get the kickoff. It'll be their second possession of the game. We got 3 games for you on the radio here in Southern Utah over on our sister station 92.5 FM KDXU. That's Dixie Desert Hills on 101.9 FM. That's Pineview. They're hosting Cedar tonight.
And all good games so far. We actually have a couple Hersey's Hardware updates for you. We'll get to them after this return.
Little squib kick that bounces beautifully for Hurricane all the way back to the back returners, and a good return by Cam Hill will get it up close to the 35-yard line for Snow Canyon.
Good starting position there for the Warriors. 6 plays last time, 1 first down before they punted it away, looking to improve on that situation. Crimson, 7. Stansbury, 0 is one of your Hersey's Hardware updates. The Mustangs against the Stallions, a team that just took down Park City. All eyes on that game. Desert Hills on top of Dixie, 7-0. Pineview on top of Cedar, 7-0. And now Desert Hills, just getting word, is up 14-0 on the Dixie Flyers.
Here's the handoff on the jet sweep outside to Cale Johnson. The first time he's gotten his mitts on it, and he does something with it, gets the first down. And about 6 yards more. Cale Johnson, the playmaker.
Love what we saw from Cale there. Not only the speed and the ability to bounce out AT, but watch here for our TV audience what he does with his right hand. That ball's tucked in his left. He shoves Esplin into somebody. He says, listen, I know you're probably going to throw the ball block. I'm going to make sure you throw it exactly where I want it, and it allows him to break free.
1st and 10 from the Hurricane 49-yard line. Here's the fake handoff. Joe Mack has it up the middle. Breaking through tackles. Joe Mack gets about 6 on his first run of the night for the Warriors.
I love what we've been able to see from Smith this year on the ground game. Now, he has 260 rush yards this year, AT. Only 1 touchdown, but when the Warriors are at their best, it's typically when Smith is able to run the football. We've seen it a handful of different times, and tonight I'm sure Snow Canyon would love to implement a little bit of Esplin, a little bit of Johnson, and definitely a little bit of Smith when it comes to that ground attack.
2nd and 4 for the Warriors. Twins to either side. Esplin will be motioned out. Joe Mack, flag on the play. He's going to throw it over the middle. He's got Johnson wide open on a post. He makes a move, is grabbed, and he'll be taken down. We'll see what the flag is. But Cale Johnson wide open right down the middle of the field. Beautiful delivery there by Joe Mack.
I mean, the Warriors right now seem pretty unbothered by it. They all went down, and now they're coming back. Still no idea what it might be. As the officials are going to huddle up, the Warriors definitely interested in what they have to say.
Yeah, they let it play out.
They did.
So I was assuming it was going to be on Hurricane. We'll see what the official call is here, as both coaches will chat it up with their players during the recess. Oh, I guess the quarter did expire, but we'll see what the call is if they've got to replay something. Oh, it is. Illegal formation on Snow Canyon, so it's all coming back.
Man. That's a tough one, AT, and we've seen that actually quite a few times within the last couple weeks at every level, right? The Houston Texans had like 3 illegal formations last week. We know about the Detroit Lions. Even we saw it last night in the Giants-Cowboys game. We've seen it in college. We see it now. Sometimes the most simplistic of things, like getting lined up in the proper spots, come back to bite you. You don't think anything of it when you're reading the play, you're ready for the play, you're anticipating the action, but that's big time.
It'll be 2nd and 9 now, the last play of the first quarter. Joe Mack takes the snap, looking to throw again. Flushed out of the pocket, runs up, throws it on the run, and overshoots his man. Up high, incomplete, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. 7-0 Hurricane leading on our We Win Injury Loss scoreboard. Thanks for being with us on ESPN 97.7.
Hey neighbor, great day to be at the reservoir, huh?
What are you doing now, Phil?
Getting ready to go for a bit of a swim here.
Why are you backing your truck into the lake?
Don't worry, I'll roll up the window before I go under.
That's not a submarine, Phil.
See the camper shell from St. George Topper there on the back? That's a top quality Lear shell. Waterproof. I figure I can take my fishing game to the next level. The deep level. That's where you find the big boys.
This isn't going to work out well, Phil.
No, I used waterproof duct tape to seal the undercarriage. I'm onto something here.
I'll start calling search and rescue. This is Kyle with St. George Topper. Come in now for any new Lear 100XQ shell, and we'll throw in the carpet headliner, hold-down front slider window, and keyless entry upgrades at no extra cost. That's a $680 value.
Boldly going where no...
Well, at least his fishing gear will stay dry in that new Lear camper shell. St. George Topper, we're on the boulevard. Don't go topless.
Tonight's action is brought to you in part by Fabulous Freddy's.
Welcome back, Rustin Burnside, Andy Thompson. We're ready to go. 3rd and about 9 for Snow Canyon to start the second period. They're on the Hurricane 47-yard line. And Joe Mack is going to go down. They set numbers at him, and it's Jackson Weiniger in the backfield again. Jax dropping the hammer, and it's punt time again for the Warriors.
Very few things that Weiniger can't do. 62 tackles coming into tonight, 4 tackles for loss. Had 2 last week, had 1.5 sacks coming into tonight's contest. Give him 2.5. And that wasn't just a sack, AT. That was a coming from behind, you don't know I'm here, full speed hit type situation where 8 out of 10 times the quarterback loses the football. Good job by Smith to hang on to that one, because I don't think you saw it coming. Excellent pursuit there from Weiniger.
Tough break for Snow Canyon, who had the big play called back because of an illegal formation and are now having to punt. This one's a moonshot, and it'll bounce in front of McRoberts and downed at about the 30-yard line, and that's where the Tigers will take over with a 7-0 lead with 11:08 on our We Win Injury Law scoreboard. Thanks for being with us. We'll have updates from the other games around Region 9. Crimson Cliffs, the only team not playing a region game. They're up on the road taking on Stansbury in Stansbury.
And I think that game is officially tied up right now. The Stallions answer back after Crimson took a 7-0 lead. 7-7 last we heard up there in Nestbury. The Stallions have not allowed any type of team this year more than 30 points.
That's a good team.
That is a good team.
We've seen them
beat
down
Park
here.
City last week. I think beat the Snow Canyon team right here 12-9. Was that the final?
1st and 10. Here's the throw on first down. They got C.J. Trump, and he's got room. He split the safeties and gets into Snow Canyon territory. That's the second time tonight on first down Hurricane has thrown, and it's worked. That one was for a huge gain. C.J. Trump.
Let me be honest with you. C.J. Trump's one of those guys who's had a lot of success in the red zone. He's been great on comeback routes right there. They just kind of unleash him. I was unfamiliar with Trump's speed and how quick he was able to get there, and he turned it on, outran a couple Warriors, picked it up, and a touchdown-saving tackle, I believe, from Stewart there. But definitely something that caught the Warriors off guard. You talked about it, passing on first down, only the second time they've done it. Probably only like the 15th time they've done it on the season, if I had to guess. So, big-time play there from the Tigers, digging deep right here into the playbook, and it's getting them down the field.
1st and 10 for Hurricane on the Snow Canyon 43-yard line. Here's Gabriel. Motions a man. That's McRoberts across the formation. Fakes it to McRoberts. Goes up the middle. Great block by Ireland. Good spin by by Gabriel, and he gets about 6 yards. Spinning in traffic in between the boxes, putting his body at peril, but getting extra yardage. And that's why Coach Cowan and Coach Ashby love this kid, because he is ferocious running the ball.
Yeah, when you spin in that particular spot of the field, AT, you're not concerned about who's around you, what's going to happen. You're just concerned about picking up more yards, getting the W, marching your team closer to the end zone, because that's a dangerous, dangerous spot to press the old circle button. And Gabriel does a great job there. He's been electric with his feet all year long. Brings up 2nd down and 5.
Gabriel motions Brody Jacobs. Fakes the handoff, throws a bubble screen outside to McRoberts, but throws it well in front of his intended receiver, and it falls incomplete. 3rd down upcoming for the Tigers, who are in 4-down territory.
Yeah, I don't know if that was just a pass that was too far in front, or it almost felt as if they just weren't on the same page, right? McRoberts didn't really try to make a play on the ball. It wasn't really in the area. I think situation where maybe it unfolded much quicker than anticipated, and they decide, let's not force anything. We'll bring up a nice 3rd down and 5 here.
3rd and 5. They've gone to Clyde in situations like this before. They'll give it to Clyde up the middle, nowhere to go. Hank West there to swallow him up. Big Hank, as Kenny Cundy says on the PA speaker there, making a nice play.
Yeah, Big Hank with a nice flex when he rises back up to the turf. Excellent, excellent stop. There was nobody there, AT. I mean, I know they put a hat on him originally, but he's just able to swim past and stand firm. Both feet planted, takes on the full force that is Clyde, and doesn't move an inch. Pushes Clyde back the other direction. And now, with the loss of 1, give West the tackle for loss. 4th down and 6.
See if they go to the air here, Rustin. They've had some success. They probably have to. With 6 yards to go. They ran it up with 4 yards to go previously. Here is Gabriel. Straight drop back, throwing it out. He's got McRoberts, who makes the catch. He's got the 1st down and the corner, and ran out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. Well-delivered ball by Dylan Gabriel, who is having one of the best first halves, at least, that I've seen him as a thrower tonight.
Yeah, Tigers offensive line steps up. They protect Gabriel, give him time. And then you have your number 1 guy, McRoberts. He may not be your number 1 receiver per se, but he's your playmaker. Doesn't matter if he's in the backfield, if he's lined up. They're able to get it to him. He's working on Randolph, has a nice little move there to create separation. And the rest is history in the form of a Hurricane 1st down. Knocking right on the red zone here, already with a 7-0 lead.
Here's the handoff up the middle. I couldn't see if that was Clyde or maybe Allred.
One of the two. They like to bring RJ Allred in to spell Clyde every so often, but I do think it was Clyde. Nope, Allred, sorry.
RJ Allred, Ryder Allred, the 10th grader who we've seen have some great games this year, spelling Clyde at that fullback position.
Yeah, the Tigers have a treasure trove of riches, if you will, when it comes to guys who are capable. Like Jacobs, we barely called his name tonight, and yet he's one of their most electric players.
Absolutely.
It just depends on who you're feeling you want to get the ball to, because they all make plays. 2nd
down and about 6 to go for Hurricane. They're going to throw the out route again to McRoberts, incomplete, and he's limping pretty severe. I mean, he's clearly battling through something with his leg, but he's made some huge plays regardless.
Whatever the injury is, it occurred on that deep touchdown bomb from Gabriel to McRoberts. He was tackled from behind in the end zone, was slow to get up, walked back to the sideline with a limp, and ever since then it's been noticeable. That didn't stop him from picking up a 1st down earlier, or necessarily them giving him the ball off the wing, but you're right, it has slowed him up a little bit here and there. I think Gabriel's used to him having a bit more speed to get out there, deliver the ball a little in front, and now 3rd down and 6.
Here we go, already in the game. We'll see if they want to run on 3rd because they're going to go for it on 4th, or if they want to put it in the air. Here's Gabriel. Motions McRoberts, fakes to McRoberts, goes up the middle, reads a block, he goes left, spins to the outside, keeps his feet, he's got the 1st down. Dylan Gabriel.
Man, that's one thing nice about McRoberts, even if he is banged up a little bit, he's one of the best decoys you could possibly ask for. They fake it to him there. Gabriel does the dirty work, gets inside between that center and left guard. And he's so shifty, right? It's not just running the football that's impressive. It's his ability to spin or juke or just simply find a way to get a couple extra yards as we have a timeout on the field.
Timeout's brought to you by Dixie Chiropractic. We appreciate all of our sponsors helping us bring you the action tonight, including Wendy's, our starting lineup sponsor. Start your day with a delicious Wendy's bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. Appreciate Wendy's. In fact, we've got some Wendy's gift certificates we're going to be giving out. Stay tuned for our Bucks Ace Hardware trivia question, which will be happening in the third period. And we'll see what Snow Canyon wants to dial up here on a goal-to-go situation from the 9, because Hurricanes had a lot of success, Rustin, running between the tackles tonight, whether it's the quarterback, any number of running backs, they're getting really good push.
Yeah, they are. And we know that Hurricanes no stranger to worrying about whether it's second down, third down, fourth down. It's kind of hard to determine if it's going to be a pass or a run here tonight because the Tigers are deep within their playbook. Obviously, in this situation with a fresh set of downs, they're going to do what they want in different ways. So Warriors defense on their heels right now. You're not quite sure what they're going to dial up because the Tigers have a lot of confidence in Gabriel and what he's been able to accomplish. It is Allred in the game instead of Clyde, riding right next to Gabriel.
Gabriel motions McRoberts right to left, gives it to Clyde up the middle. And he goes to about the 3-yard line.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Clyde instead of Allred. You got me. That's good. That's good, AT.
I got you.
Yeah.
It was Clyde, right?
Yeah, it was Clyde.
Okay.
Absolutely. But I said it's Allred in for Clyde.
I get you.
I meant the opposite, right? In hindsight, it's easy to play off like that's what I intended all along.
I must have been thinking about a Wendy's bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit.
And you say we're handing stuff out for Wendy's?
Oh,
we got some. Oh, man.
Get you a Dave single combo.
I don't stop at the single, AT.
Well, that's all I got.
Oh, okay.
That's the only certificate.
Okay. Well, then I'll stop at the single.
I've got the double. Here's the motion man, McRoberts. They'll fake it to him. What a spin once again by Dylan Gabriel. The spin cycle all the way down the field. Dylan Gabriel putting on a show running the ball tonight for the Tigers.
Man, and he's having a fun time doing it. He walks into the back of the end zone, does a little stutter step. Let me hit my spin counter here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like the 4th spin move we've seen Gabriel pull off. I swear on this drive alone, right? That's his go-to move. And of course it is. It's working like a charm for our TV audience here, streaming on sportsradio977.com. You see that Vaughn got to him. He got hands on Gabriel, and he simply spins away. Vaughn's got 2 sacks on the night and wasn't able to bring him down there. Gabriel, a passing touchdown, a rushing touchdown, and it's the Tigers rolling here at Snow Canyon on Warriors homecoming night. PAT pending.
Kick is up and good. It's almost like they need to put a patch in the game, Rustin, like you always say, because the spin is too effective.
Too effective,
It's like when you're playing your 9-year-old nephew and he keeps spinning on you and it propels him forward and you want to wring his neck. But Dylan Gabriel is unbelievable executing the run tonight. We'll keep it right here, 14-0 on our We Win Injury Law scoreboard. We appreciate We Win Injury Law. All they do is win for you, period, at We Win Injury Law. If you've been in an accident involving a semi-truck, been bitten by a dog, or you or someone you know is suffering from senior care abuse, WeWinInjuryLaw.com.
Man, Hurricane, this is a they've been a fun team to watch all year long, and I have to give a ton of credit right now to what they're willing to do. Right, the Tigers of old. This is a situation where you've been here since the good old days of the Block H, right? Where it was power football. We're going to run offensive formations you haven't seen since the 60s, and it's going to work.
Yeah.
Not that they still don't do that, but it's still a situation in which the Tigers have evolved a little bit, right? They've adapted, and they've just created an offense that's simply a joy to watch at times.
Well, we've seen them run it with a lot of success from kind of the shotgun double wing as Karsten Stewart brings the return out to about the 29-yard line. But Hurricane, it's like the 21st century double wing that they're running from the shotgun with your fullback as a pistol back.
Yes.
And they're throwing it effectively. They're throwing it on rundowns, unpredictable. You got your quarterback running like crazy around the field, up and down the field. And then your star players like Austin McRoberts making huge plays. And that's why they've got the 2-touchdown lead as Snow Canyon trying to get something going here offensively. Here's Joseph Smith, takes the shotgun snap high, gives it to Cale Esplin, who kicks it outside, then runs it forward for a few-yard gain there on 1st and 10.
AT, let's not forget that this Warriors squad, I know the first time it was a couple plays and a punt, but last time out, they should have been in the red zone. They thought they were in the red zone. Smith had a beautiful ball downfield to Johnson. They were right there, and it was called back due to an illegal formation. That really killed their momentum. So it's not as if the Warriors have been incapable of moving the football. They just need a little bit of that clean ball and see where they can get.
2nd and 7, whip pass out to the left side for a decent gain. It'll make it 3rd and short. The ball was completed to number 12, Brody Lounsbury.
I've been using Lounsbury a little bit more. He got some quarterback action last week against Crimson Cliffs. Actually did a really good job in the minutes that he had. I think he ended up going 7 of 8 in that game. Had a touchdown as well, and utilizing him in different angles here.
3rd and 2. Big moment for Snow Canyon, who's trying to get something going offensively. Fakes the handoff to Lounsbury, throws it outside to the left. Complete, beautiful read by Joe Mack. He gets it to Trey Vaughn, for the fabulous Freddy's first down.
Vaughn doing it on both sides tonight. Has those couple of sacks that we discussed and picking up a fabulous Freddy's first down there. And it's just, you said it, the option, knowing when to pull and take it out of that back's gut and make sure that you make the right read. Smith does so, and the Warriors have a fresh set of downs courtesy of it.
1st and 10, 5:28 left here in the second quarter. Snow Canyon trailing 14-0 to Hurricane. Ball goes deep down the field and just overshoots his intended receiver on the far right side, trying to get it to Isaiah Thompson.
Thompson
laid out for it.
Was there. Excellent effort. Good-looking ball. It was just a situation where Thompson had to take an extra step to get around the defender, and that ball just a little too far in front. You appreciate the dive. You appreciate the putting your body on the line, laying out for it. Just a slight difference of the ball there, and it ends up bringing 2nd down and 10.
Joe Mack motions a man over, looking to throw, throws it over the middle. He's got a man. It's Cale Johnson, and the ball kind of fluttered and sank down to his ankles when he was trying to catch it. A little bit underthrown. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Man, that was another good-looking shot, AT. Maybe a little behind, but ultimately something that still could have been a catchable ball. And Johnson, as sure-handed as they come, he had an opportunity, good protection. Smith has had time, delivers that over the top, and yeah, it was low, wasn't necessarily in stride, but also a situation where it could have easily been a Warriors first down deep into Hurricane territory.
3rd and 10, another throwing chance here for the Warriors. Here's Joe Mack looking to throw, looking right. Steps up into the pocket, gets hit, and he'll be taken down for a gang sack by the Tigers, who just collapsed that pocket, Rustin.
I don't know who you credit there for Hurricane. There were multiple guys who got to Smith. I think they're probably going to credit that to big number 68, AT.
David Gutierrez.
Yeah, they'll probably give it to Gutierrez there. But ultimately, Smith has had time on these last 3 pass attempts as the Warriors' punt unit comes out. 2 good looks, and that one, it wasn't really the pocket collapsing. It was Smith stepping up into the pocket because he didn't see anything he liked, and the Tigers were able to close in from there.
Spiral punt will be fair caught at about the 25-yard line by McRoberts. So Hurricane, with 4:30 left here in the second quarter, is up 14-0 on homecoming night for Snow Canyon, with a chance to add to their lead. Snow Canyon struggling to get things going offensively, but it's been close. I mean, they had 2 close passes that last series.
Yes.
They had the near touchdown in their previous possession that was called back due to a penalty. So the throws downfield are there. There's just something they're just missing them by inches to this point in the game.
Inches, you say, huh? Football's a game of inches, right? Is that the saying, AT? Desert Hills, by the way, Hersey's Harbor update, currently up on the Dixie Flyers out there at DHS. It's 21-0 in favor of the Thunder.
Here's the handoff up the middle. 21-0 for Desert Hills already?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, Thunder looking to continue to move on up the standings and the RPI. If you're wondering where these teams sit in the RPI right now in Region 9, well, you got Crimson Cliffs leading the way at 5, Desert Hills at 12, Cedar 13, Pineview 14, Snow Canyon that we see before us tonight is 16, Hurricane 22 would boost them up quite a bit, and then Dixie at number 23 is where your Region 9 squads sit in the RPI right now.
And not a good sight for Snow Canyon fans as Hank West comes off the field. He was holding his right wrist. So we'll keep an eye on that. He is so pivotal in the trenches for Snow Canyon. Here's Gabriel looking at the throw. Rolls out, then throws the other way. McRoberts has it. Cuts back against the grain. Lowers his shoulder and dives for the first down. So shifty after the catch, Rustin. McRoberts makes another nice play for the Tigers.
He is, and that initial grab, you see him haul in this football, and you're thinking, okay, that'll be a solid enough gain. No, he doesn't want to be content with being pushed out of bounds. He cuts back to the middle of the field where he's more likely to take a big hit, in which he did, but he's also more likely to pick up 4 or 5 more yards, which he did. And what do you call that? Football guy, right? That's just a football guy move right there from Austin McRoberts.
1st and 10. Gabriel fakes the handoff to the fullback, gives it on the counter to Brody Jacobs, who wants to get the edge. He's contained beautifully by Snow Canyon. What a great job on the outside by Karsten Stewart to force it back inside to help one of his buddies clean it up. I think that was number 12, Brody Lounsbury, in on the tackle as well.
Yeah, Brody Lounsbury was there. I think you had Diesel Smith in there
Smith
as well.
It was Diesel, yep.
Just big time stop there. And we know Smith, one of these defensive additions for the Snow Canyon team. He's been rolling with them before. I'm not sure if he was around for the first couple games there, AT, but he's made a big appearance as of late, and he's going to be crucial to Snow Canyon's defense moving forward.
Yeah, he looked awesome tonight at inside linebacker position. 2nd down, 11 to go. Here's Gabriel looking to throw. Fakes a throw, spins. He's in a danger zone as Cale Esplin had a mid on him, and now the Warriors will bag him up way in Tiger territory. That's a huge loss, and Gabriel's been sacked a couple times tonight by this Snow Canyon defense.
He has, and it's not only as if Gabriel has been sacked. There's 2 sides to the playmaker quarterback, right? You're going to have your electric Houdini making magic happen, and you're going to have your frustrating 15-yard sacks, 20-yard sacks, right? Gabriel trying to make something happen, doesn't like what he sees, holds on to that football, and it's just fantastic pursuit there from guys like Lounsbury, who comes in to help clean it up, but Kel Esplin, of course, making things happen. Ensuring that Gabriel has nowhere to slip away. And if you're Snow Canyon's defense right now, this is probably the most comfortable you felt all night, right, with the down and distance.
You know how there's a true shooting percentage in basketball?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I feel like in football, I know we have quarterback hurries, but I feel like there needs to be a true sack. Like if the team ends up getting a sack, Cale Esplin should get something for that, even though he didn't. You know what I mean?
Right, because he like an effective sack percentage, right? Like an effective field goal percentage.
Yeah.
Oh, man, we are bumping here at Snow Canyon High on a big 3rd down. The fans are up. They're moving. Student section is packed to the brim.
They're doing a fantastic job. This Snow Canyon student section is rocking on homecoming, showing us the dance moves that will be employed tomorrow night at their dance. I guess the PG version of probably what will be going down in the gymnasium. Here's the handoff up the middle, and a big hit after a good gain. Couldn't tell if that was Clyde, but nice stick. I couldn't tell. That was a Pro Auto Care big hit. I couldn't tell if that was Karsten Stewart, Rustin.
I saw Easton Nowatzki up top.
Oh, okay.
Was one of those players delivering a blow. You had someone kind of down around his legs, right, and then you had Nowatzki come in and land an absolute smack.
I think you're right. It was number 4, Easton Nowatzki, with a Pro Auto Care big hit. With 1:12 and counting, Hurricane going to waste down the clock as much as they can before the end of quarter buzzer sounds.
The fans are talking here tonight.
They haven't become aware yet, though, as we'll have a timeout by Hurricane to preserve the delay of game.
Talking about aware about the crowd, Mike?
It's kind of like the Raptors in Jurassic Park, right? At a certain point, usually in the third quarter, the student section becomes aware that there's a microphone hanging out of our window, and then they become more a part of the broadcast with their commentary throughout the night. So we look forward to when that happens.
Well, thankfully, the students right now currently closest to our fan, Mike, I think they're playing Fortnite on their mobile devices. They're seated. Everybody who's down there who's loud, they're all standing, cheering.
Yeah.
The guys back here, though, they just come to the football game to play Fortnite.
We get the
introverts,
which is good.
Got to grind, man. Got to grind in Fortnite.
So we'll see with 53 seconds left if Snow Canyon can put together a drive here. And I kind of think that they can with how well the deep ball has at least been there. They haven't been able to execute it, Rustin, but they've had chances down the field. And so I'm sure when they get the ball, they will be aggressive going down the field.
Oh, yeah. If you're the Warriors right now, the last thing you need to do is say, well, that didn't work. It's been there. It's been called back due to an illegal formation. You've had a couple drops. You've had a couple passes that have been too far out in front of the receiver. It's there, though. Hurricanes kind of given that up. They've shown that they may not be fully in charge of stopping that. You continually try that. And what better time than with 53.6 seconds on the clock, AT, to uncork one. Now, Hurricane's going to be a little more aware of it now as well, so you might have to shift some things up from a route perspective. But ultimately, if I'm the Warriors, very, very comfortable trying to go back through the air again. And you need that spark, right? You kind of are hoping for that big-time play right now to get the crowd back into it.
I can't remember who gets the ball at half. Rustin, do you? Did Hurricane get it first?
So, yes.
Hurricane got it first, okay. So Snow Canyon will get it out of the break.
Yeah, because Hurricane, their very first drive, they ended up stalling out at the 20. And
that's right.
Yeah, on the turnover on downs.
4th down and 15. We got the clock situation all cleaned up. And so we're ready for a punt. And back deep is Karsten Stewart for Snow Canyon. Here's the boot. It's a boomer. He'll have to take a couple steps back, makes the catch at the 25-yard line, makes a move, makes a man miss, fakes one way, goes the other, and he'll be dragged down at about the 37-yard line, and that's where Joe Mack and the boys will come out and try to get a drive here going, Rustin.
46.5 AT with the deep game. Statistically, it's not there. But, I mean, the eye test would tell you it has been, as we've discussed. You try this a couple more times. I mean, Hurricane likely expecting something like that this time around. I don't think they expected back-to-back deep shots like they got last time. Either way, though, the Warriors have such a plethora of talent at wide receiver, and you're going to see 4 of them lined up right now with a back right next to Smith.
Twins to either side. Here's Joe Mack looking over to the sideline, getting the signal. 46 seconds to work with. Snow Canyon trailing by 14. Joe Mack on an out route. He's got Johnson who makes the catch and brawls to get out of bounds to stop the clock.
There it is. And I am impressed right now, too, with the Snow Canyon offensive line. I know the game so far is leaning heavily in Hurricanes' direction as far as scoreboard goes, but watch these guys. The Tigers send 4, no issue. Smith has some time. Even on those deep balls that were incomplete, Smith has had time.
The clock is still going. And has been, and the refs have not corrected it, so maybe they said his progress was stopped inbounds. Joe Mack throws it outside, incomplete. Clock will stop at 10 seconds. I don't know why the clock was going.
I'm not sure fully what's going on either, but I mean, the Warriors sideline isn't making much of a big fuss either.
They must have wound it after that completion. I thought he got out of bounds to stop the clock. 10 seconds, 2nd down. For Joseph Smith, he's got trips to the far side. Smith will throw it deep over the middle, and it'll be intercepted by Mick Roberts. He's got 4 seconds to make a play. Can he get blocks? He gets to the hashes, breaks a couple of tackles. He's got space. Can he go? He cuts back, and it'll be chopped down. What an effort by Austin McRoberts on the interception, but a desperation throw for Joseph Smith on third down with almost no time left, just trying to make something happen. But anytime Nick Roberts gets the ball, man, he's going to go for pay dirt, and he almost made an amazing run.
I mean, that return, AT, you're going up the left side, you're going the middle side, you're breaking tackles, you're slipping in and out, and it was Esplin who made the stop there. A necessary stop, because if he would have turned that back to the far side, that very well likely would have been a Hurricane 6. So a touchdown-saving tackle, unfortunately, as the Warriors tried to push downfield to get into the end zone for the first time. Instead, it's the Tigers with a 14-0 lead here at Snow Canyon High.
All right, we'll take a break. 14-zip, Hurricane leading at halftime. We'll be back with the InfoWest Halftime Show right after this.
InfoWest, the Internet people, are proud to be your local Internet provider. Being local means supporting our community. As InfoWest celebrates 30 years of business, we want to introduce you to one of our friends.
Hi, I'm Kylie Field from the Women's Business Center of Utah, and I'm excited to invite you to our 6th annual Exploring Possibilities Conference. Join us on September 5th from 4 to 8 p.m. at the Courtyard by Marriott in Cedar City. Don't miss this inspiring event. Register now at wbcutah.org. We hope to see you there.
That's not good.
What?
Yep, your car's broken.
Oh, come on.
But we can fix it and get you back on the road quickly.
Oh, I like the sound of that.
Pro Auto Care in St. George can handle anything under the hood of your Honda, Acura, Toyota, and Lexus. From oil changes to major repairs, quality work at an affordable price. Check them out at yourproautocare.com. That's yourproautocare.com.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
See Hearst first and refresh your home with Ace's Red Hot Buys. Check out the Ace Paint Collection with durability for everyday life. Save $2 on Kills Primer and select Rust-Oleum Spray Paint is 2 for $13. Switch out that air filter with buy 3, get 1 free savings. And buy more, save more on cleaning supplies for every part of your home. Hearst General Store Ace Hardware, conveniently located in the heart of downtown Cedar City and St. George.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
What's up, Southern Utah? This is Casey Winters from Nets on Fire, where it is always basketball season. The new school year is here, which means basketball season is only a few months away. Get your game on point at Nets on Fire. We have amazing expert trainers ready to work you out in a group or individual training. Hustle over to netsonfire.org to see our full schedule of individual trainings, group trainings, camps, leagues, tournaments, and events. Nets on Fire, building champions on and off the court.
Basketball athletes, now's the time to start your preseason speed, power, and vertical jump training program at Intermountain Sports Performance and Nets on Fire. Our all-new velocity-based training program will get you results faster than ever before. Call us at 435-251-2299 to schedule a free training trial and get started today.
The annual Fill the Bus School Supply Donation Drive is going on now at Findlay Subaru. Take your donations of school supplies, including things like juice boxes, crackers, socks, and underwear, to Findlay Subaru before August 31st and help make a difference for local students. We live in a wonderfully prosperous community, but there's still a significant need for school supplies. Your contributions will fill the bus and fill their hearts. Fill the Bus is brought to you in part by Fabulous Freddy's Car Wash, Handel's Homemade Ice Cream, and your friends at Findlay Subaru. Together, let's drive success for our kids.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find a helpful face. Someone welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. At Bucks Ace, we exist to help others, and you can see it in our faces.
Hi, I'm Patrick. I've always enjoyed meeting new people, and there's no better place than Bucks Ace Hardware to do that. That's why I love my job. Come see me at Bucks, and let us show you why we're the most helpful hardware store in all of Southern Utah.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
I've said it before and I'll continue to say it. Lighting is the jewelry for the home. Here at Wilkinson's House of Lighting, we go to every effort to find the latest and greatest new ideas and styles in decorative lighting. You may find it interesting, but we really do get excited about great lighting. We've recently returned home from the latest lighting trade show, where we found a number of exciting pieces. Those items have been arriving and the showroom is filling up with fantastic new ideas that will make the statements you've been searching for. Come on in and get excited about lighting with us and see what's new. Wilkinson's, 88 East, 1160 South.
You're listening to the InfoWest Halftime Show. Got a lightning fast look at the first half stats, big plays, and scores from around the region.
Welcome back, InfoWest Halftime Show inside our Ideal Home and Paint Game of the Night. Rustin Burnside, Andy Thompson here with you. How about the Hurricane Tigers? They're leading 14-0 4-0 after the first half. If you're with us on the radio driving home, when you get home, pop open your laptop or your TV that has the internet on it and go to sportsradio977.com or YouTube, the community education channel, and you can listen to our broadcast and watch it on YouTube. And we've got our Bucks Ace Hardware trivia question coming up in the third quarter for you to have a chance to win a Bucks Ace gift certificate to go to Bucks, the best place to go, period, on your weekend. Just go there on a Saturday, whatever you need. Your wife needs something for the house, home decor, clothes, a gun department. It's the best in town for hunting season, all that stuff, all your gear. They got awesome sports apparel if you're a fan of BYU or Utah or the 49ers, whatever. Bucks Ace. Check it out. 3 Southern Utah locations, Dino Crossing in St. George, Santa Clara, and Hurricane. And their big new store is about a month away from their grand opening. 40,000 square feet of Bucks Ace Hardware out to Hurricane. Rustin, your thoughts on the first half, my friend?
Well, right now, I think you have to simply acknowledge someone like Austin McRoberts, right? Just like that interlocked SC over there on the far side, AT. McRoberts is on fire. Big time first half. He was excellent. Obviously, has that interception as the Warriors try to get something going deep. But I fully appreciate right now the different ways in which Hurricane is implementing this offense. We know them as a run-heavy team. We've watched them dice up the Hillcrest Huskies with this run. We watched them did it against Dixie, against Pine. Like, we've seen what Hurricane has to offer in terms of the ground game. They could do that 10 out of 10 times and likely still be a very competitive football team. But them rolling out someone like Dylan Gabriel and saying, dude, this is your offense, let it rock and roll, whether that's giving it to McRoberts or Jacobs or Clyde or keeping it yourself. He has been fantastic on the ground, and last week I feel as if that game against Cedar helped unlock something, AT, because he had to be the leading rusher. The Reds did a good job containing that ground game, and it was Gabriel who led the team with 85 yards. Tonight he's picking up right where he left off. He's been taking off. He's been hitting that spin move 4, 5, 6 times. It's been crazy effective, and he is really, really single-handedly kind of one of the major components and why this Tigers offense has clicked the way it has. Now, it hasn't been without a punt here. It hasn't been without a turnover on downs there. But when Gabriel's been given time, and he doesn't have Trey Vaughn or company in his face, he's been able to deliver with a couple quick passes here and there, some crucial first downs, and, of course, that long bomb to McRoberts was the first score of the game, and then he scores a rushing touchdown himself. He's just been – I feel like we've seen him get better as the year's gone on, and on a week-to-week basis, he blows your mind every so often with something new. We know he can run, we know he can pass, but he hits a different move or he breaks a certain tackle, and it's just impressive. We always talk about McRoberts, we talk about Jacobs, we talk about the Tigers' ground game, but let's give some credit right here to the Tigers' passing attack, because guess what? Come postseason time, and there will be a postseason regardless because of this RPI era in which we live, that is going to be essential if you want to go far, to be a two-dimensional team, to not just be singled to one identity where we're a run team or a pass team or whatever it may be. And Hurricane is really, really kind of demonstrating that we can get it done on both sides of the ball, both offensive sides of the ball.
You're listening to the InfoWest Halftime Show. Rustin Burnside, Andy Thompson. Thanks for being with us. Let's give some Hearst Ace Hardware updates, Rustin, as our video audience gets to watch some of the highlights from the first half. Here at Snow Canyon, Hurricane is leading 14-0. Desert Hills is up 21-0 at half over at Dixie High School, and Cedar and Pineview are not up at 14 at half. That game is over on 101.9 FM Fox Sports Utah, and we'll try to get you a Crimson Cliffs score as the homecoming festivities proceed here at Snow Canyon High School. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more InfoWest Halftime Show right after this.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
You could wander around a warehouse store forever and never find a helpful face. Someone welcoming, neighborly, knowledgeable. At Bucks Ace, we exist to help others, and you can see it in our faces.
Hi, I'm Patrick. I've always enjoyed meeting new people, and there's no better place than Bucks Ace Hardware to do that. That's why I love my job. Come see me at Bucks, and let us show you why we're the most helpful hardware store in all of Southern Utah.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Feeling held back by pain? It's time to discover Dixie Chiropractic, where we're all about making life extraordinary. Whether you need to recover from a car accident or if you're just tired of chronic pain, we're here to help you live your best life. We don't just treat symptoms, we get to the root of the issue. Dr. Ward Wagner and his team use cutting-edge methods to ensure your journey to wellness is as effective as it is compassionate. Visit DixieChiro.com or call Dixie Chiro at 435-673-1443 to live life pain-free.
DixieChiro.com.
Flynn Companies in St. George provides commercial building services to all of Utah. They bring your vision for the building to life without compromise. Flynn's customers have come to expect innovative solutions backed by unparalleled technical expertise and a disciplined approach to project building. Flynn Companies is a proud booster of the Southern Utah community and has literally helped to build it. Visit FlynnCompanies.com today.
Hey neighbor, great day to be at the reservoir, huh?
What are you doing now, Phil?
Getting ready to go for a bit of a swim here.
Why are you backing your truck into the lake?
Don't worry, I'll roll up the window before I go under.
That's not a submarine, Phil.
See the camper shell from St. George Topper there on the back? That's a top quality Lear shell. Waterproof. I figure I can take my fishing game to the next level. The deep level. That's where you find the big boys.
This isn't going to work out well, Phil.
No, I used waterproof duct tape to seal the undercarriage. I'm onto something here.
I'll start calling search and rescue.
This is Kyle with St. George Topper. Come in now for any new Lear 100 XQ shell, and we'll throw in the carpet headliner, fold down front slider window, and keyless entry upgrades at no extra cost. That's a $680 value.
Boldly going where no...
Well, at least his fishing gear will stay dry in that new Lear camper shell.
St. George Topper, we're on the boulevard. Don't go topless.
You're listening to the Info West Halftime Show. Got a lightning fast look at the first half stats, big plays, and scores from around the region.
Welcome back. Rustin Burnside, Andy Thompson here with you. ESPN 97.7, your home of Region 9 football. And if you're watching on sportsradio977.com or YouTube, we love having you. And we are grateful for you to be here. We have royalty crowned here at Snow Canyon High School, so congratulations to the king and queen. And I was anticipating, because it's homecoming, that they would be calling down Carrick Segmiller to have him be honored in some way. Our very own Carrick Segmiller, an alum here at Snow Canyon, who does a fantastic job for their homecoming. They got the SC in Flames over on the north side, or whatever side of the field that is.
Did you just say that I've been nominated as homecoming king?
Speaking of the devil.
20 years later? This is my 20th year.
Are you kidding me?
So,
well,
did I go to homecoming that year? I don't think I did. No, I think I did. Well, actually, I went to homecoming, took a girl from Pineview.
Oh, okay, you're one of those guys.
So, that's how much they like me around here.
No. We need to honor Carrick tonight because it's his homecoming as well. He's doing the video production. You hear him on our broadcasts all the time as well. And usually they have, after the game, they've got fireworks going. But unless they put up some fireworks here offensively, who knows if they'll even want to shoot off fireworks if this game continues to be going as it is, with Hurricane up 14-0 as the highlights continue to play on sportsradio977.com. Rustin, they've been close to a lot of fireworks.
They have.
Just near misses for Snow Canyon tonight on the big plays down the field.
I mean, we see right here for TV the interception for McRoberts, and this kind of puts a big exclamation point on what's been going on. The Warriors have moved the football. They have found a couple open looks. They've had a little bit of – they have things in the locker room right now that they can look at and say, we're this close to being in this ball game, having this ball game tied, leading this ball game, whatever. You use whatever hypothetical scenario you want. But they've had instances in which they should feel confident that the second half can be a totally different type of ball game. Now, figuring out how to slow down the Hurricanes' offense, that's a different challenge in its own right. But offensively, we've seen a pass right up the middle, right, that could have gone the distance. It was just a little behind, weren't able to connect there. We've seen one on the far side where the receiver was held up just a tiny bit enough to where it was overthrown. I mean, we're talking inches, right, AT, game of inches type scenario, where if those balls are caught, they're house call type situations. And then the interception, of course. So the deep ball should be around. It should be there if they choose to go back to it. The big thing is, though, is the ground game for the Warriors. We talked about how important it would be to establish it here tonight. They ran the very first 3 plays of the ball game consecutively. It was a run, it was a run, it was a run, and after that, the run has been kind of few and far in between. We haven't seen it a ton, so I don't know if that's something they go back in the second half and try to enroll because it's only going to open up the pass, or if they're simply going to let Smith kind of just uncork it tonight and see if they can get back in via the pass.
Thanks for being with us, ESPN 97.7. Let's go and review our keys to the game and see if what we thought would be the keys were the keys, or if we didn't know what the heck we were talking about. Snow Canyon discipline in the misdirection. I think that was pretty prescient.
Yeah.
Rustin?
Absolutely.
Snow Canyon regain
Very
the swag.
prescient.
They can still do that. They can still regain their swag if they come back and win this game. Hurricane close out if close. We'll see if they do that. And Hurricane defuse the bomb throws. And I don't know if Hurricane defused the bombs, but they weren't able to be completed, I guess.
They haven't blown up, if you will. They may not be diffused, but they certainly haven't gone off quite yet.
Yeah, we had the referee defuse one, and then a couple that were just out of the reach of the receivers. Otherwise, some bombs could have gone off. We got to think of another term because that doesn't sound good. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with the InfoWest halftime show right after this on ESPN 97.7 and Sports Radio 977.com.
There's no better time to bring the timeless quality and dependability of GE appliances to your home than right now with your local appliance experts at Appliance Wholesalers Plus. Save on premium finish options that you won't find anywhere else, and features that help you spend less time doing chores and more time doing what matters to you. Now's your chance to save big on select GE appliances. Visit your local appliance experts at Appliance Wholesalers Plus or shop online at ApplianceWholesalersPlus.com.
Hi, it's Tyler with We Win Injury Law. People usually call us when they're involved in a vehicle accident, but there are so many other areas we specialize in. Long story short, if you've been injured, we can help. Maybe you've experienced medical malpractice, or a loved one has suffered nursing home abuse, or even a wrongful death. If so, call us today. You need an experienced injury lawyer who knows how to fight insurance companies. Unlike most lawyers, we are not scared to go to trial to fight for what you deserve. Call us today at 435-688-9558 for your free consultation, or visit us at wewininjurylaw.com.
The annual Fill the Bus school supply donation drive is going on now at Findlay Subaru. Take your donations of school supplies, including things like juice boxes, crackers, socks, and underwear, to Findlay Subaru before August 31st and help make a difference for local students. We live in a wonderfully prosperous community, but there's still a significant need for school supplies. Your contributions will fill the bus and fill their hearts. Fill the Bus is brought to you in part by Fabulous Freddy's Car Wash, Handel's Homemade Ice Cream, and your friends at Findlay Subaru. Together, let's drive success for our kids.
Basketball athletes, now's the time to start your preseason speed, power, and vertical jump training program at Intermountain Sports Performance and Nets on Fire. Our all-new velocity-based training program will get you results faster than ever before. Call us at 435-251-2299 to schedule a free training trial and get started today.
I've said it before and I'll continue to say it. Lighting is the jewelry for the home. Here at Wilkinson's House of Lighting, we go to every effort to find the latest and greatest new ideas and styles in decorative lighting. You may find it interesting, but we really do get excited about great lighting. We've recently returned home from the latest lighting trade show, where we found a number of exciting pieces. Those items have been arriving, and the showroom is filling up with fantastic new ideas that will make the statements you've been searching for. Come on in and get excited about lighting with us and see what's new. Wilkinson's, 88 East, 1160 South.
Welcome back, Rustin Burnside, Andy Thompson, getting ready for the second half of the ball game here at Snow Canyon High School. As Coach Esplin going around the circle, giving a high five to all of his players, trying to get them hyped up for the second half. Snow Canyon definitely capable of getting back in this game, Rustin. Just have kind of had a discombobulated first half. And what I've respected about Hurricane this year in every game we've done, they're ready to go. Even if it's after a devastating loss, like last week against Cedar, they don't come in downtrodden. They come in to every game like we're the underdog. We're fired up. We're not depressed about last week. We're going to go for it. And that's what they did in the first half, and that's why they got the 2-score lead.
Yeah, you always have to give credit to ultimately the atmosphere in which a team resides in, right? We like to talk about the X's and O's, and we talked about the Jims and the Joes, and whatever it is. We can talk about the guys, we can talk about the plays, but the atmosphere that you have on a week-to-week basis, whether you win or lose, is absolutely pertinent to really how you're able to carry out your season. Because guess what? Every single team, from the best team in the state to the worst team in the state, they're going to have a good week and they're going to have a bad week. It's just how sports work. There's going to be times where you feel that you have it figured out, and times where you're absolutely blown away with how unprepared you were. And this Hurricane squad, regardless of the outcome, for example, that loss against Dixie where they thought they had it won, the Flyers made a great comeback. Like, I didn't hear anybody over at Hurricane Wright crying about it, having major concerns, saying we should have had that, our season's over. They're ready to go every week. In Snow Canyon right now, you see them hyped up, huddled on their side of the field here in warm-ups. They're hyped up as well. This is a Warriors team that we've seen kind of fight and push and show simply the ability to not give in, and they're really, really going to be needing to have a great second half here, because the Tigers, it's only a 14-0 ball game. A lot of football left to be played. Nothing is done. But the Warriors have had a lot of what-ifs, right? And what-ifs, the dangerous thing about them is they stack up after a while. A couple what-ifs is no big deal, but at the end of the game, you can have 15 of them, right? You need to start turning those what-ifs into sure things, and that's what the Warriors are looking to do.
Thanks for being with us, Ideal Home and Paint. Game of the night. You've been listening to the InfoWest Halftime Show. The internet people at InfoWest, InfoWest.com, also appreciate Wilkinson's House of Lighting. Since 1946, Wilkinson's House of Lighting has been a fan of all Southern Utah sports. Lights, fans, and fixtures, contractors, and homeowners are always welcome at Wilkinson's, and we'll be giving you Hearst Ace Hardware updates throughout the night. Also want to thank one of our newest sponsors, Flynn Companies, who is our Red Zone sponsor. They've helped build Southern Utah. They're a proud booster of the community and has literally helped build this town, especially Utah Tech, SUU, the commercial buildings going up. Flynn Companies is all over the place, helping the community grow, and a big sponsor this year of Region 9 Athletics, as well as our coaches shows. You listen to the Mike Esplin Coaches Show every week. That's sponsored by Flynn Companies. And we're ready for the second half. They're firing up Metallica here. And here come the boys, the Golden Domers of Snow Canyon, who are wearing their gold helmets and navy blue jerseys. They're fired up. It's like the game. It's like this is the beginning of the game. They're ready to go, kind of flush that first half, Rustin, and say, we're ready to start over in the second half. You may have had it. Well, how does that thing go? You had us in the first half?
Yeah.
We're going to get you in the second half.
Not going to lie. You had us in the first half.
That's right.
It's this setup, too. A lot of people could say, oh, man, well, you went to the locker room. You're down a score. You're down 2 scores, whatever. It's like, just get back out there on the field. Like, we don't got to run through the banner or whatever. But what is the most essential thing that coaches always say in the locker room? They're like, it's a new ball game, right? That is the biggest thing that a coaches will say after a rough first half. They say, it's a new ball game. Treat it like it's a new ball game. Forget about what happened in the first. We start this game fresh.
That's right.
And doing what they were just able to do right there really kind of helps cement that ideology that fresh start. Let's run through. Let's get hyped. Let's get rolling. And let's treat this as if it's a brand new ball game through and through. And with the Warriors getting out there on the field, they will receive this kickoff here in the second half. It's a big-time opportunity to turn the tides of this football game as the Tigers' defense looks to make another stand.
Here we go. We're ready for half number 2. ESPN 97.7 will likely be back here next week, Rustin, as the Snow Canyon Warriors host the Desert Hills Thunder, who are up big on Dixie as of last report at halftime. And we'll see if they... Are you anticipating Snow Canyon might go back to the run a little bit here this first series, Rustin?
Yeah, absolutely. I think because it was such a – you could tell it was something that they wanted to establish from the minute this game started. Unfortunately, things got a little hectic. They ran 3 straight plays, then passed 3 straight plays, and then it's kind of been an afterthought after that. But it's just an opportunity to reset, restart, and I do anticipate it.
And it'll be Cam Hill who will be knocked down just past the 24-yard line. And that's where Snow Canyon will get the ball and take over.
Well, and let me paint a picture too. When I say anticipate the run game to get a fresh start here, right, a fresh set of wheels, it's not necessarily turn around and give it to your tailback every time, right? I'm talking about the versatility that you have with someone like a Joe Max Smith, or what you're able to do there is just give the defense different looks. You can run the football in a variety of ways. People always think of it as turn around and give it to the running back, as we do have quarterback change, AT. This is something very much of note. Smith was in the huddle. He steps behind, and out on the field, 7 of 8 against Crimson Cliffs is Brody Lounsbury.
Lounsbury, 5 wide empty set for Snow Canyon. He takes the snap and will run it up the middle. Nowhere to go. Good job sealing off the edge there by number 80, Carter Wardle for Hurricane. Good job by Lounsbury. He kept pushing. Holy cow, I didn't give him enough credit for that effort. And he got about 7 yards.
Holy crap.
I thought he was stuck at the line.
I mean, Wardell stopped him at the line of scrimmage, right? And he ends up pushing forward for more. They're still going empty here with just Lounsbury.
Wow, let's see if they do that again. They do. He'll go to the right side, lower his shoulder, breaks a tackle, and there goes Lounsbury. Runs over another man. He's still on his feet. Spins off a tackle. Lounsbury at the 30, the 20. Breaks through another one almost, and is stopped at the 10-yard line. Holy cow! Talk about a shot in the arm for the Warriors.
And hold up. We do have a flag here. Snow Canyon coaching staff huddled around it wondering, what is this? But forget the flag. What an effort. 1, 2, 3 Tigers fall by the wayside as Lounsbury puts it all on his back, and it was Walker with a diving touchdown-saving tackle. As do we know what the call is here?
It looks like it'll be a sideline warning against Snow Canyon. That happens a lot when the refs are trying to run up the sideline. There's a guy in their way. And so no harm done. It's a warning. Snow Canyon with the ball at the 10-yard. That's one of the best runs of the year.
Absolutely insane. And we've seen some great ones. That was purely will and a desire to get his team into the red zone.
Lounsbury empty again. Will they just run it with him again? They will. He'll run to the right side and go to the sideline. That time tangled up and taken down by Gage Huntsman for the Tigers.
Huntsman, great pursuit, getting up and around. Lounsbury, 3 consecutive runs, 2 of them big-time gains, but that time Hurricanes defense keys in, gets the stop on the outside, and it's going to bring up a second down situation here for the Warriors, 2nd down and goal.
Lounsbury has ran it 3 or 4 times in a row. And we'll see if they go again with him in this empty set. He takes a snap, looking to throw. Throws it on an on a slant inside to Cale Johnson. Touchdown. Brody Lounsbury. What a way to come in the game and get some fireworks going for Snow Canyon here on homecoming.
You get the ball to open up the second half. You're down 14-0. You're feeling dejected. You insert Lounsbury, and within a matter of 4 plays, AT, he takes you from deep into your side of the field all the way into the end zone. He's running, he's breaking tackles, and he delivers a ball right on the money to Johnson. That is the energy Snow Canyon needed, and this football game, as we alluded to at half, has started anew. This is a new feeling right here at Snow Canyon High, and Lounsbury is to blame. A touchdown last week against Crimson. Give him another one here tonight.
Holy cow, what a drive by Lounsbury. Quick break, back with more. 14-7, Hurricane leads, 10-14 left here in the 3rd quarter.
There's no better time to bring the timeless quality and dependability of GE appliances to your home than right now with your local appliance experts at Appliance Wholesalers Plus. Save on premium finish options that you won't find anywhere else, and features that help you spend less time doing chores and more time doing what matters to you. Now's your chance to save big on select GE appliances. Visit your local appliance experts at Appliance Wholesalers Plus or shop online at ApplianceWholesalersPlus.com.
Welcome back. We got a ball game, 14-7. Snow Canyon with a, what was it, a 5-play drive or something like that, Rustin? It was all 4-play drive. Brody Lounsbury ran it all the way down the field, had one of the best runs of the year, if not the best run, breaking a middle. He looked like Tommy Frazier from the 95 Huskers team. Running the ball and then threw it on a slant route for a touchdown to Cale Johnson. And here's the kick. It'll be into the end zone for a touchback. And the Hurricane Tigers try to extend their lead once again to 2 scores if they can put together a drive here. But the mojo right now on the side of the home team on homecoming.
Make no mistake, football is a team game, all right? You got to have a concentrated effort from every guy out there. You win as a team, you lose as a team. But sometimes you just need one individual to take over a ball game, right? Ask Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills how many times he's been able to do something like that. We actually have a big Josh Allen supporter in attendance tonight wearing a
Oh, yes, I see him.
Wearing a jersey T-shirt. Not a jersey, but a T-shirt of his jersey. But, yeah, that's exactly what you're looking at is somebody to come in and simply change the momentum. The Warriors have some momentum. Watch that trickle from the offense to the defense. See if it carries over as the Tigers try to extend this bad boy.
Here's Dylan Gabriel. He'll motion McRoberts. He'll fake it to McRoberts and go up the middle for a few-yard gain. And that's been a challenge for Snow Canyon, is consistently stopping the run between the tackles.
Yeah.
And we'll see how much they improve in the second half.
Done pretty good on the outside, but that between the tackle stuff has been there. The good news is, AT, we saw your guy, Hank West, step out for a little while earlier on in that second quarter. He's back out there. He was the one getting in there and creating the tackle there that brings us to the 2nd down and 6.
Hank West is a ball player, man. Holy cow. Just a junior. Here's the snap and the give to Clyde up the middle. He is hit hard and then dragged down. Cale Esplin will finish him off. There was a big hit. A Pro Auto Care big hit. I didn't see the number. It may have been Caleb Greenwood in the middle.
Handful of Warriors there. Clyde gets thrown to the turf after the play. We talk about the energy trickling. The offense marches down and only a handful of plays gets into the end zone. The defense feeds off that energy as well from the offense, from the crowd, from what is seemingly a new ball game. And we'll see what they draw up here on 3rd down and 5. The Tigers have 2 consecutive run plays for 5 yards. We'll see if they go that way again.
Don't want to give Lounsbury the ball back this quick. Here is Gabriel. Roll out. Throws it over the top. He's got a man wide open. It's McRoberts. He tracks it down. Catches it at the 40. The 20. He is wide open for another touchdown. Tigers on a 3rd down. Dylan Gabriel to Austin McRoberts. Mr. Showtime for the Tigers.
I mean, energy and enthusiasm and change of pace gives you opportunities to make plays. But in this position, there was no way anybody on that Warriors defense can make a play. McRoberts all alone. They closed in. They bit on the action, and McRoberts, he's solo, man. I mean, that's Jason Derulo out there. He's flying solo. No one's touching him. And he's all the way into the end zone. Big-time play, excellent play call. And the Tigers put a foot on any momentum that Snow Canyon may have gathered on that last drive.
PAT is up and good for the Warriors, or excuse me, for the Tigers. It's 21-7. Hurricane leading Snow Canyon. 8:32 left in the 3rd quarter. We'll be back on ESPN 97.7.
I've said it before and I'll continue to say it. Lighting is the jewelry for the home. Here at Wilkinson's House of Lighting, we go to every effort to find the latest and greatest new ideas and styles in decorative lighting. You may find it interesting, but we really do get excited about great lighting. We've recently returned home from the latest lighting trade show, where we found a number of exciting pieces. Those items have been arriving, and the showroom is filling up with fantastic new ideas that will make the statements you've been searching for. Come on in and get excited about lighting with us and see what's new. Wilkinson's, 88 East, 1160 South.
Basketball athletes, now's the time to start your preseason speed, power, and vertical jump training program at Intermountain Sports Performance and Nets on Fire. Our all-new velocity-based training program will get you results faster than ever before. Call us at 435-251-2299 to schedule a free training trial and get started today. Basketball athletes, now's the time to start your...
Sorry about that. Welcome back. Thanks for being with us. Rustin Burnside, Andy Toms. Appreciate Intermountain Sports Performance. Our Star Watch player tonight is Cale Johnson. He's already got a touchdown for Snow Canyon. And they'll need to do that again because Hurricane has just extended the lead to 21-7. Kickoff return by the up man for the Warriors. He slides out of bounds near the 38-yard line. And once again, we've seen Hurricane run the ball really well, but when it comes down to it on a 3rd and long, it's Dylan Gabriel finding Austin McRoberts. And we got the replay for our TV audience. Just a bomb and it looked like the safety sold out on a dig route in the middle, and that left McRoberts wide open for the touchdown.
And great ball placement, too, right, from Gabriel. We know we think that's one of the easiest plays to make is he's wide open, but Gabriel's rolling out to his left. He's a right-handed quarterback. That's not as easy as it looks. He's got his man wide open. He connects in stride. McRoberts in. And now here comes Brody Lounsbury, the guy who got the Warriors into the end zone for the first time tonight in a matter of 5 plays. We're going to wait a little longer to see his second appearance here as we have a timeout on the field.
Coach Cowan's like, everybody gather up. I need to drop a completely new defense now because they're spreading this out, and then they just run it with the quarterback every time. So we'll see what changes Hurricane might come out with this in this series. Appreciate all of our sponsors, including Nets on Fire, our clock and time sponsor. For a full schedule of camps, leagues, leadership trainings, and more, go to netsonfire.org. Building champions on and off the court. Basketball season is right around the corner, Rustin. It's almost October, and we'll have games in the next month and a half or so.
Man, for a lot of people, especially a lot of people in this crowd tonight, right, the student section, basketball season's never over. It's never ended. They've been working, putting in that time,
absolutely.
And a lot of it happens at Nets on Fire.
Heck, one of the best players in the entire state is in the student section right in front of us, Olivia Hamlin, who, going to Nebraska and anticipating her and Joey Jensen, Kelly Howard making another run at the state championship this upcoming season. Should be fun. Here's Lounsbury. Empty set again. He'll take the snap, throw the screen outside. It's caught, and a burst up the field. Nice catch and run there by Ryder Entz.
Let me say something on that screen pass there. That was a tough one to squeeze through for Lounsbury. That wasn't easy. Hurricane actually read it well, played it well, coming off the edge. They had an opportunity to knock that football down to the turf. Lounsbury puts the touch on it, and they move forward.
Good pursuit that time by Hurricane. That was Jackson Weiniger getting to the legs of Lounsbury. And Coach Cowan trying to help out his defense. There was some confusion pre-snap before that play, but they made the play regardless. So it's 3rd and short, upcoming for the Warriors on their own 46-yard line. Lounsbury, again, alone in the backfield. Hurricane with 5 in the box. Lounsbury pretends like he's going to throw, then pulls it down and runs it up the middle on a draw, and he'll easily get the Fabulous Freddy's first down for Snow Canyon. What a run once again by Brody.
One thing that's been fun tonight to watch with Brody is he may not have the biggest body out there on the field, but he's not afraid to throw a little bit of a stiff arm. Watch this. Fakes the pass, stutter steps up, moves out, and then Weiniger, with the best tackler for Hurricane, one of the best tacklers in region, he just gives him a nice left hand and says, I'm picking up a couple more yards here, buddy.
1st and 10 for Lounsbury and the Warriors. Here's the snap. He's looking to throw. Straight drop back. Throws it over the middle to Cale Johnson, and he was kind of looking in. It kind of came over his other shoulder and through his hands. Nice throw by Lounsbury, but I think just trying to rotate from a post look to kind of over your shoulder the other way made it a tough catch for Cale Johnson.
Chalk that one up to another one of the what-ifs. One of the deep balls Snow Canyons had tonight that could have been a touchdown. Instead it falls to the turf. That was a beautiful throw. Johnson,
right
great route. He split 2 defenders there. That was double coverage. It didn't matter. I know it's incomplete, but you definitely look that direction again.
Really nice throw by Lounsbury. First time we've seen him throw it down the field tonight. 2nd down and 10. Lounsbury wants a motion man. It's Johnson. Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff. Goes the way of the motion man and gets a good chunk there on 2nd down.
That's okay. On 1st down, you dial up a big-time pass. You go deep. You're looking for the long bomb. You don't need to do that right away. Go back to the run that's been effective. We said the run game doesn't have to be turn around, give it to a tailback. Lounsbury's helped lift this run game right now for the Warriors to where this Tiger defense has to be thinking twofold.
5 yards to go here. Lounsbury looking to throw. A man skirted through, but the ball's tipped and it's caught. What a catch. 1st down. Off the tip, it was Trayvon Johnny on the spot on a 3rd and 5. He was trying to go over the top. A man streaking down the field was wide open, Rustin. And he threw it to him on a freelance route. It was tipped, and Trayvon makes the catch and the first down.
It almost appeared as if Lounsbury was trying to go further out than that, right? When the ball was tipped, and with it up in the air, Vaughn gets underneath it. Things going right for the Warriors on this drive.
Lounsbury gives to Cale Esplin, who kicks it outside. Big stick. But a few-yard gain there by Esplin, who's been running strong tonight, lowering his shoulder, running through people and making extra yards. 2nd down and 7 upcoming for the Warriors. 5:38 left in the third quarter. Snow Canyon trailing 21-7 to Hurricane.
It was Carter Wardell who had the stop there for the Tigers.
And Lounsbury will fake right on an option, run the other way. There was a flag. And Lounsbury fights, man. He keeps going regardless of how many Tigers are trying to drag him down. The flag is at the 20-yard line, about the line of scrimmage. And anticipating a hold.
Well, it's the fun thing about the playmaker, especially at the quarterback position, is watching them work and whip around, right, and to be able to do all these fun things. But when you go from one side of the field to the other, it puts a lot of stress on your offensive line, being able to contain and hold. And these guys are holding up, and I'm not saying Lounsbury did anything wrong. You're trying to make a play. You're trying to win this football game. You do that 10 out of 10 times, but it does put the offensive line in certain situations in awkward spots, and it results in flags like we've seen there.
So you got 2nd and 17 now after the penalty. Lounsbury with the back next to him is Esplin. He's looking to throw. Nobody's open. He pulls it down, looking to throw again. He's got Johnson cutting across. Instead, he'll pull it down and run it himself. He spins off a couple of tackles and gets about, every time I think he's going down, he gets about 3 more yards.
I mean, he's going to the turf, and somehow, some way, he ends up 3 yards further downfield. I don't quite understand it. I don't know if Snow Canyon does either, but they'll take it in any situation. It's just a good setup right here for this young sophomore quarterback. And also, how about not forcing the issue, right? It's a design pass play. A lot of young guys that get into a varsity game, they say, I have to make something happen, so coach looks at me more often. No, he's going to try to make the right play every time. We haven't seen any errant passes. We haven't seen any tough passes that can been in danger. We've seen the tip pass, but he's been pretty smart with the football.
3rd and 10, Lounsbury looking to throw. He's got time, throws over the middle, tipped and incomplete. A bullet pass across the middle to Cale Johnson. And sometimes that was kind of in traffic, but a catchable ball. Sometimes it takes a minute to kind of adjust to a new quarterback. Ball comes out of his hand a little bit different, a little different velocity maybe than you're used to, as we see the replay here. Incomplete.
Well, and that was in high school, you get a lot of passes that are throw to the open guy, right? Not really throw and create and help this guy get open via my pass. That was one of those things where you had to lead him a little bit, throw it in front because Jacobs was in great coverage.
4th down. Throw over the top, incomplete, intended for Cale Johnson, as Lounsbury had to get rid of it. A little bit of pressure there by Hurricane, so they'll stall out after a pretty good possession there for Snow Canyon. Turnover on downs, back to the Tigers.
I'll give Brody Jacobs a lot of credit on those last 2 plays. He was the one that kind of forced that pass in front a play ago, and then right there, one-on-one coverage with Cale Johnson. He's the sole person responsible for stopping one of the fastest guys on the field. Jacobs hangs with him step for step. That pass was not catchable, incomplete, and Jacobs does an excellent job from a defensive standpoint for the Tigers.
Stay tuned for our Bucks Ace Hardware trivia question. Heck, we'll do it this series. Appreciate Bucks Ace. If you get the trivia question correct, you get a Bucks Ace Hardware gift certificate. Actually, a gift card. 1st and 10 for Hurricane. They lead 21-7 here in the third quarter. Gabriel flushed out of the pocket, goes one way, then turns around, goes the next. Can't find anybody to throw it to, so he lowers his shoulder and runs for about 8 yards for Hurricane. Here's the trivia question. The top running back as far as yards per game in the history of the state of Utah is not Jalen Warren, former East High running back, who's now in the NFL. It's a Snow Canyon High School running back, 2004. Carrick Segmiller should probably know this. If you know who it is, Text us at 435-900-3776 for a Bucks Ace Hardware gift card as handoff goes to Clyde for a first down. Who has the state record for rushing yards per game at 236 rushing yards per game back in 2004, running back for the Snow Canyon Warriors?
Wow.
435-900-3776.
Seems like an impressive stat, AT.
236 yards per game.
That's nothing to sneeze at.
That's like Derrick Henry in high school. Watch some of his YouTube clips. He was about 236 a game, I think. 1st and 10 for Dylan Gabriel and the boys from Hurricane. Here's the snap. Gives it to McRoberts on a counter. McRoberts has the sideline. Can he get a block? He's looking to cut back across the middle of the field. He's almost tackled from behind. Karsten Stewart, he keeps his feet, but then dives forward to the 20. Austin McRoberts for another huge gain for Hurricane, the one-man fireworks show for the Tigers.
We want to use all sorts of words, right? Like dedicated, committed, explosive, cutability. I don't know, throw out some football terms, but ultimately I just chalk it down to this guy's fun. McRoberts is just a football guy through and through. We've seen the interception. We've seen what he's done throughout the season. And then just when he gets those key blocks that Hurricane's able to throw, you got the line moving. You got the tight end Fano moving. You just got pieces for this Tigers team that get out in front and let McRoberts do his stuff, whether that's just turning on the jets, cutting back inside, juking guys out. He's just a fun player to watch. And right now, Hurricane having a lot of fun and officially in the red zone.
1st and 10. Gabriel's going to keep it over to the left side. He's got a block, and then he doesn't. Nice play by Karsten Stewart, defeating his block and making the stop.
Necessary play there from Karsten Stewart. You're right. Dylan Gabriel's burned a couple guys here tonight on this Warriors defense. Gets him in a little bit of space, and Stewart with a diving effort to bring down the quarterback. It is a gain of 7 for the Tigers.
.122 and counting here in the third period. 21-7. Hurricane with the lead. If you're looking for the Bucks Ace Hardware trivia question number, it's 435-900-3776. Here's the handoff. Clyde up the middle, and he's close to the first down. And we'll see if they signal go ahead. They do. 1st and 10. Fabulous Freddy's first down for the Tigers.
All right, AT, your playbook right now. It opens up. It's fun. It's fresh. You can go a variety of different ways. It's a 21-7 lead for the Tigers. Clock continues to move down at 44, 43, and so on here in the third. But, man, you'd love nothing more than make this a 28-7 ball game. Make things comfortable going into the fourth quarter. The question is, how do you draw it up? Snow Canyon obviously anticipating a run.
Here's the snap and the counter once again to McRoberts. He goes inside, then outside. Nice tackle. Gets to the shoelaces and the ankles. Karsten Stewart again. He's been awesome.
Stewart, he kind of came out of nowhere there, AT. It looked as if they were kind of hunting. He was waiting for what lineman to go off of, what block to go off of to get him for his 14th touchdown of the year. And instead, Stewart wraps around, trips him up. He didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming. Great pursuit there from Karsten Stewart.
And that'll be the end of the third quarter. We do have a couple of guesses here for our trivia question. One guess is Adam Timo, which is a name I recognize, but that is not the correct answer. He may have been a couple years later for Snow Canyon. We're looking for the running back 2004 for Snow Canyon, who averaged 236 yards a game, and that is the all-time state record for rushing yards per game right here at Snow Canyon High School. We'll take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back with the fourth quarter. Hurricane threatening. They have the lead 21-7 over Snow Canyon.
There's no better time to bring the timeless quality and dependability of GE appliances to your home than right now with your local appliance experts at Appliance Wholesalers Plus. Save on premium finish options that you won't find anywhere else and feature features that help you spend less time doing chores and more time doing what matters to you. Now's your chance to save big on select GE appliances. Visit your local appliance experts at Appliance Wholesalers Plus or shop online at ApplianceWholesalersPlus.com.
Welcome back, Hurricane with the 27 to lead here in the fourth as we start the fourth. And it's 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line for the Tigers. And Snow Canyon has had some life offensively, but just couldn't finish that drive throwing the ball their last time out and turned it over on downs to the Tigers. Here's the snap from Dylan Gabriel. He's going to go power right with lead blockers on a sweep, spins, and is taken down at about the 3-yard line. And it'll be 3rd and goal from the 3 for Hurricane, who's looking for their 2nd region win of the year. And really, probably feels like they could have had Dixie.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they were up with 55 seconds to go last week against Cedar, and Cedar scored on like a 65-yard touchdown pass.
They're probably thinking that an undefeated region plunge right now was within reach, AT, in their 3 games they played.
Which is insane from one year to the next, right?
Absolutely. This was a 42-14 game last year, by the way. Snow Canyon obviously victorious out in Hurricane, and right now Tigers looking to make this 28-7.
Gabriel takes the snap, gives to Clyde around the right edge. Clyde lowers his shoulder, barrels through to Pater. Touchdown, Tigers.
It's good to give Clyde the rock in goal line settings, not only because he's that big body that can power through and really just get that extra push into the end zone, but also because you like to reward these guys for all the work they do. We talk about how Clyde isn't necessarily, the star of the team in the sense of he's the guy making all the big plays. He does the dirty stuff. He throws some blocks. He runs for those hard first downs, and now he gets his 3rd touchdown of the year from a rushing standpoint, and it's a big one. It puts the Tigers up by 20.
Snap is up, kick is up, and the kick is good. Just gets over the crossbar as the kicker runs off the field, kind of holding his hammy.
Yeah.
We'll have to keep an eye on that. Quick break. Hurricane 28-7 over Snow Canyon. We'll be back on ESPN 97.7.
Hi, it's Tyler with We Win Injury Law. People usually call us when they're involved in a vehicle accident, but there are so many other areas we specialize in. Long story short, if you've been injured, we can help. Maybe you've experienced medical malpractice, or a loved one has suffered nursing home abuse, or even a wrongful death. If so, call us today. You need an experienced injury lawyer who knows how to fight insurance companies. Unlike most lawyers, we are not scared to go to trial to fight for what you deserve. Call us today at 435-688-9558 for your free consultation, or visit us at wewininjurylaw.com.
I've said it before and I'll continue to say it. Lighting is the jewelry for the home. Here at Wilkinson's House of Lighting, we go to every effort to find the latest and greatest new ideas and styles in decorative lighting. You may find it interesting, but we really do get excited about great lighting. We've recently returned home from the latest lighting trade show, where we found a number of exciting pieces. Those items have been arriving, and the showroom is filling up with fantastic new ideas that will make the statements you've been searching for. Come on in and get excited about lighting with us and see what's new. Wilkinson's, 88 East, 1160 South.
Welcome back. Thanks for being with us. Rustin Burnside, Andy Thompson. We do have somebody who knows the answer to the trivia question. His name is Carrick Segmiller, sitting next to us, because it was his senior year here at Snow Canyon.
Said he played flag football with him, AT.
Yeah, this kid was special.
Carrick. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Carrick was special. Kick is down at the 26-yard line. And so for Snow Canyon, you've got a kid who can run it really well and a quarterback, but you're down 21 with 11 minutes to go, Rustin. We'll see kind of strategically what they decide to do here.
Right.
Offensively.
I mean, we saw him come out and be so electric on the ground game. Brody Lounsbury, from the very first moment he took the field, right? In that second half, he had a big-time rush play that set up Snow Canyon's only score so far. The issue is now with 11:01 on the clock, it comes down to we got to get the football in the end zone, and we got to do it fast. You're down by 21 points right now. The pass game's going to be more important than ever before. The spots have been there. They just got to be precise in their execution.
Here's the snap. Lounsbury gives it up the middle to Cale, I think. Cale Esplin, who's run hard all night. Gets a good chunk there on first down.
And the Warriors going to move things a little faster here. They'll break the huddle a lot quicker. They'll go with a solo receiver on the far side here.
Second down. Lounsbury looking to throw, then pulls it down to run it. And is he contained? He is. I think just short of the line to gain. So it'll be 3rd and short upcoming for Snow Canyon. 10:20 on our Nets on Fire clock. And we've got Coach Esplin running out on the field to... he's running back out. Maybe he was just trying to communicate something to his offense. 3rd and short. And they're trying to obviously preserve as many timeouts as they can to overcome this deficit. Here's Lounsbury. Takes the snap, fakes the give, throws it outside, and caught outside. Beautiful delivery for a first down to Cam Hill, and a Snow Canyon Warrior first down.
Well, we give the Tigers offense a lot of credit for how fun they are and what they're able to create. But, I mean, this Tigers defense, AT, they've been noteworthy this year as well. On average, they give up about 29.2 points per game. But tonight against Snow Canyon, held them in check. Lounsbury came down, scored on that first drive. And since then, they've adapted nicely.
1st and 10. Here's Lounsbury looking to throw. He's got time, then runs out of the pocket. Throws on the run, incomplete. Good job on the chase down there by number 23 of Hurricane. That's Karsten Walker.
Yeah, Walker has been one of the heartbeats of this defense all season long for Hurricane. I know we talk about Weiniger and everything he's able to accomplish in his big plays, but Walker has been just as crucial ultimately. He's one of those guys who just is a high pursuit type of player, has that block shed ability that the defenders absolutely seek out and train for. He's got all the intangibles.
2nd down and 10. Here's Lounsbury looking to throw again. He throws it short, caught by Entz, and he's hit out of bounds. Clock stops at 9:30.
The nice thing right now, too, is these quick little out passes. They're working for you. It's not big in the yardage department, but you're moving down the field, and most importantly, you're stepping out of bounds. The clock officially at 9:30 here in the 4th with a 28-7 Hurricane lead. So to get that clock stop, that's important.
3rd down. Here's the snap. Lounsbury flushed out of the pocket right up the middle. Good pressure. He's got a wide open man. That's Cale Esplin. He makes the catch, makes a move, lowers his shoulder, gets the fabulous Freddy's first down. Chains will move. Clock will stop at 9:19.
You witness the elusive sophomore there. Hurricane brings pressure. They bring a blitz and staring right into the face of a Tiger defender. Lounsbury doesn't panic. He doesn't hoist something up. He doesn't take the sack. He rolls out to the right. He's cool, calm, collected, and delivers that pass on the move.
Great block by Isaiah Thompson as well downfield. Here's the pass from Lounsbury. He's intercepted off the hit. Here he goes. The man who we just called his name, Karsten Walker, is going to have a pick six, as Lounsbury was hit as he was throwing the ball. What a defensive play by the Tigers.
Oh, my gosh. We said Walker's one of the heartbeats of this team, and you see it shine through there. Awarded with a touchdown via great pressure from the Tigers' defensive front. And we're going to get a look at it here, courtesy of our great camera guys, and Carrick Segmiller pushing all the right buttons. That was big 52, I think, AT, who came in
Tanner
with
Matua.
the hit. Matua with the pummel, Walker with the pick, and it's the Tigers now with what should be a 34-7 lead.
This is becoming shocking at this point, I'm sure to a lot of people, at what the score is, as Hurricane needs a ball.
Is that required to kick the extra point?
I'm laughing because the ball boy is getting an earful right now. He's like, hey, it was a pick six. How was I supposed to know we were about to score? And Hurricane's got a new kicker in. The other one pulled a hammy. This one kick is up and good by number 6'9" there. Good job. 35-7. Hurricane with the big lead here at Snow Canyon High School. 8:56 left in the fourth quarter.
Hi, it's Tyler with We Win Injury Law. People usually call us when they're involved in a vehicle accident, but there are so many other areas we specialize in. Long story short, if you've been injured, we can help. Maybe you've experienced medical malpractice, or a loved one has suffered nursing home abuse, or even a wrongful death. If so, call us today. You need an experienced injury lawyer who knows how to fight insurance companies. Unlike most lawyers, we are not scared to go to trial to fight for what you deserve. Call us today at 435-688-9558 for your free consultation, or visit us at wewininjurylaw.com.
I've said it before and I'll continue to say it. Lighting is the jewelry for the home. Here at Wilkinson's House of Lighting, we go to every effort to find the latest and greatest new ideas and styles in decorative lighting. You may find it interesting, but we really do get excited about great lighting. We've recently returned home from the latest lighting trade show, where we found a number of exciting pieces. Those items have been arriving, and the showroom is filling up with fantastic new ideas that will make the statements you've been searching for. Come on in and get excited about lighting with us and see what's new. Wilkinson's, 88 East, 1160 South.
35-7, Hurricane with the lead. They kick a squib kick. It was almost like an onside kick, but fielded beautifully by Snow Canyon's Soakai Fa. And Snow Canyon will have it at about the Hurricane 46-yard line, Rustin.
Well, I have to mention it one more time, AT. We talk about Hurricanes defense being able to adjust and how crucial that is in this game. Remember, Snow Canyon has a change at quarterback. They throw out new formations. They throw out new personnel setting. Like, they look like a different team. They march down the field in 5 plays and score, and Hurricane doesn't go to the sideline and say, oh, man, this is a 14-7 game. It feels different. Like, the momentum's not on our side. They figure it out. The offense scores on a deep bomb to McRoberts. The defense steps up, has a pick 6 there, and it's a 35-7 game.
Here's Jomack throwing it over the top again to Cale Johnson, and just haven't been able to connect on those throws tonight, even though Johnson had a step or two on his man.
Yeah, the Warrior receivers, they're getting solid separation here. Smith, I think he had to force that throw a little quicker than he wanted to. Hurricane was able to get someone into the backfield, someone in the face of him. And, you know, anytime you have a defender jumping up with a hand out, you always try to place that a little higher, right? Put a little more underneath it. And that time it just sailed a little too far away.
And a decent throw considering he had no feet on that play to throw with. Throw outside on a swing pass to Cale Esplin, who makes the catch. He's got the sideline and will be dragged down after another first down. Cale Esplin has been a weapon in the throw game tonight.
Yeah, and it's been fantastic to see that extra element, right? We talk about getting these backs involved and what they bring to the table, and the Warriors have found different ways to mix things up to make sure they get their hands on the football. That one results in a big-time Fabulous Freddy's first down, and the Warriors in Hurricane territory, 8:30 on our clock, 35-7, Tigers on top.
Here's Jomack back in the game, looking good, throws it outside to Esplin. He makes the catch, but instantly taken down by Peyton Salvino, who comes up. Well, I guess he's able to hobble off the field. What did you see, Rustin? Did I call the wrong guy?
I think it was Ramsey Olds there.
Oh, okay.
I think who got in and made the stop there from that cornerback spot. He kind of read it the whole way, eyes on him.
Nice job by Ramsey. Throw over the top, incomplete, intended for Isaiah Thompson. And it'll be 3rd down and 11 to go for Snow Canyon.
And they continue to test things over the air. They continue to work there and make sure that the Hurricanes aware the deep ball is going to be a threat, but the Tigers just reading it well. Some miscommunications here and there. The Warriors just seem very sped up going through their progressions here. Tigers looking like they might bring a little bit of pressure.
3rd and 11. Here's Smith, flushed. Pressure up the middle. Rolls out to the right, throws it over the top to Cale, and it's intercepted. Once again, it's Gage Huntsman this time with incredible defense. Turned around, found the ball, jumped up, high-pointed it for the pick for the Tigers.
Gage Huntsman, an athletic display there as he rises up and hauls it down like he is the wide receiver. Ball's a little underneath. You see Smith flushed out, pressure coming. He takes a hit and just flings one up there. It's a 35-7 ball game. You don't want to take a sack. You don't want to go down. You got to try to make something happen. So it's hard to fault someone for just trying to make a play go down, but Huntsman makes the bigger play, big-time pick, number 2 tonight for the Tigers, and Hurricane takes over at their 5 with 7:39 and a 28-point lead.
35-7 Hurricane. Handoff goes up the middle to Allred. We'd probably have to do some research, Rustin, to figure out the last time Hurricanes had a region win of multiple scores, a multiple score differential, but what a night for the Tigers. And what a season. I mean, every game we've done of Hurricane, whether they've won or lost, it has been a hard-fought, close game. This one is becoming a blowout.
Well, I know personally, anytime I look at the RPI and I see Hurricane number 22, in years past, it's like, okay, Tigers around 22. This year, it feels disrespectful, right? It feels odd to see them sitting in the 20s right now. They definitely feel like a top 15-ish team.
Handoff goes around to McRoberts. Great contain by Snow Canyon. Nowhere for him to go. 6:44 and counting here in the fourth quarter on our Nets on Fire clock. Check out netsonfire.org for all of your basketball training. Heck, basketball season right around the corner. If you're looking to make the team, looking to make the varsity team, netsonfire.org. Heck, if my town had a Nets on Fire back when I was growing up, I could have been somebody, Rustin. I'm telling you. Their training is unbelievable. They can make any schlub into a star. No, just kidding. But
I mean, you're already a great golfer. So I don't know if we have to get you much better at hoops right now.
3rd and 5, handoff again to McRoberts. Same play, spins out of a tackle, dives forward, and is going to get the Fabulous Freddy's first down on 3rd and 5 because of the extra effort by Austin McRoberts.
McRoberts, one more time, right? We don't know how many more times he'll get the football in this ball game. He signals a first down. He and Jacobs are headed to the sideline. Coach Ashby, he's going to jump up, give him a chest bump there as they reach the side. They're amped out in Hurricane. This is, it feels like the dawn of a new era, right, for a Tigers team that's had their fair share of struggles over the last handful of years, whether that's been competitiveness or even just getting kids out to play, right? This just feels like it's a momentum-shifting season for where the Tigers stand and their competitiveness at the 4A level.
Well, it's what we were always saying this year doing games at Hurricane when they were, we were there the game they blew out Hillcrest, but we were, at least I was saying, all these dudes in the student section have got to be thinking, why am I not out there?
Yeah.
Because we're kicking butt,
I mean, that was a 56-14 win. You look at that and think, imagine how fun that would be. I get to hit somebody and win by a large margin, and you see the Tigers continue to roll. And this win, assuming everything stands as is, with under 5 minutes here, it's safe to assume that's probably the case. This is ESPN's meter giving you a 99.9 win probability, but assuming the stands are going to go to 3-4, I understand that that's still a game under 500, but just the way they've played and competed is enough to get you fired up if you're a Hurricane fan, if you're a Hurricane athlete, if you're somebody who's been looking at the football team as an option in the near future. The future seems bright.
And we'll have a penalty against Snow Canyon, 5-yard penalty, which should give him a first down.
And we got some new faces out there for the Warriors right now from a defensive standpoint. Just trying to get some guys shuffled in and get familiar, right?
Absolutely.
Give them more time. And for the Warriors right now, their season far, far from over for this Snow Canyon team. They got a lot to play for. They were 16 in the RPI coming into this game. The playoffs are a certainty. So it's about what momentum you carry into that postseason. A lot of big region games still left for this Warriors team to make a mark.
Shotgun snap and gives it to Allred around the right edge, and he'll be taken down. Big hit over there. Helmet flew off. Was that Caleb Greenwood again with the big hit?
I think so. Yeah, we've called his name a couple times now with the big hit moment. He and Nowatzki, they've combined for a couple. look at the Warriors' next couple games, AT. After here tonight, they're going to slip to 2-5. They have Desert Hills. They have Dixie, both of those home games. And then they'll finish the year out at Pineview, taking on the Panthers. So still prime opportunity to make a lot of noise in Region 9, whereas Hurricane, you finish tonight, your schedule probably becomes the most difficult it has, right? We talk about them being on the up and up. Here's the real test. You get to go to Crimson Cliffs next week. You're home against Desert Hills. You finish the year against San Juan out in good old Blanding, Utah.
Handoff up the middle goes to Clyde, who gets another first down.
I apologize. Put me on the polygraph presser there. That game in Hurricane, they're traveling from Blanding for that Broncos-Tigers matchup to end the year. Yeah.
So matchups next week, Dixie's at Cedar, Hurricane's at Crimson, and Desert Hills is at Snow Canyon, like you just said. Did you just say exactly that?
No, I gave the next 3 games for him, so I didn't do the whole region.
Okay, gotcha.
Your point was unique, and it was valid, AT.
Okay.
And we do have an update, though. Hearst Ace Hardware Region 9 update. It's Pineview 24, Cedar 21, under 9 minutes in the 4th out there at Pineview High School. 24-21 ball game.
Handoff up the middle to Clyde, the Clydesdale. And he gets about 7. With 2:30 and ticking. Hurricane might want to keep the ball the rest of this game. And I am, Nolan Perry had this as like a 15-point game or something like that, but I think people around here realize, especially with Snow Canyon dealing with some injuries and stuff like that, not to take anything away from this dominating performance from Hurricane, but that it was going to be a lot closer than that. Our own Lawrence, the pigskin picking robot, had a little closer than that.
What did he say?
He had Hurricane winning by 1, I think.
Oh, wow.
I'd have to go back and replay. Lawrence, if you're still in the studio, which I doubt he is.
No way.
Jump on a mic.
I don't know. He sleeps there some nights, so he might be.
Especially on the weekends.
Yeah. He might be hanging around.
Second down. Hurricane just letting it tick away. And if you're looking for those other games, Dixie Desert Hills is on KDXU. Desert Hills up huge in that game. But the Pineview game is on 101.9 FM. So if you're sick of listening to us, and you said it was 24-21, Rustin, Pineview leading.
24-21, Pineview on top right now. There was under about 8 minutes to go in that game. And it's a tie one out there at PVHS. So all these teams, we sit here and we hype Hurricane as we should, but I don't think there's a down team this year in Region AT. I mean, you have your teams right now who are certainly projected to be favorites and go further into the postseason, and that's well and good, but there's no bottom dwellers, so to say, right? There's no team where you're like, oh, yeah, it's tough. That's every team's scheduled to win. Like, everything's hectic. This Hurricane team just lost to Cedar, right? And Snow Canyon, if I remember right, beat Cedar by 7, correct?
Yeah.
So, I mean, just look at that. Look at the parity. Look at the differences in between those squads. It just creates a very fun atmosphere in the region, one that we really haven't seen in a while. And right now, for the Tigers, clock continues to move, officially at 45 seconds on the board. Warriors, hands on hips. Tigers getting ready to celebrate a big-time victory. It'll move them to 3-4 on the year with 3 games remaining for both of these squads. 2 region for Hurricane, 3 region for Snow Canyon. And that'll do it. The kneel down is through. Gabriel puts knee to turf, and the clock is going to tick down to 0. The Tigers return to their sideline. They have came into Snow Canyon High School, and they have spoiled, absolutely spoiled, homecoming for this Warriors squad in dramatic fashion. They did it all from a multitude of different angles right here for H-Town. You, of course, had the defensive performances. We talk about the interceptions. We talk about the pick 6. We talk about the quarterback pressure. But Mick Roberts doing what he's done all year long. Came into this game with 12 interceptions on the season. 12 touchdowns on the season. He's going to walk away with a couple more and an interception to boot. So Mick Roberts, just a talented player who gets it done from every single angle. You give him the football, you find a way to let him go to work. He's going to make something happen every single time. You're going to want to stick around for our post-game show. We'll get you a couple awards, hand out some statistics, make sure everything is hunky-dory for the final here. It's the Tigers winning 35-7 at Snow Canyon High School, and one of their biggest wins that they've had in quite some time. Quick break. We'll be back with the post-game.
Hi, it's Tyler with We Win Injury Law. People usually call us when they're involved in a vehicle accident, but there are so many other areas we specialize in. Long story short, if you've been injured, we can help. Maybe you've experienced medical malpractice, or a loved one has suffered nursing home abuse, or even a wrongful death. If so, call us today. You need an experienced injury lawyer who knows how to fight insurance companies. Unlike most lawyers, we are not scared to go to trial to fight for what you deserve. Call us today at 435-688-9558 for your free consultation, or visit us at WeWinInjuryLaw.com.
I've said it before and I'll continue to say it. Lighting is the jewelry for the home. Here at Wilkinson's House of Lighting, we go to every effort to find the latest and greatest new ideas and styles in decorative lighting. You may find it interesting, but we really do get excited about great lighting. We've recently returned home from the latest lighting trade show, where we found a number of exciting pieces. Those items have been arriving, and the showroom is filling up with fantastic new ideas that will make the statements you've been searching for. Come on in and get excited about lighting with us and see what's new. Wilkinson's, 88 East, 1160 South.
Welcome back, Snow Canyon High School, home of the Warriors, but tonight it's night of the Tigers. Hurricane gets the victory. 35-7 is your final. What was a 14-0 game at half ended up being a 14-7 game for a hot second there, and then it turned into a big-time Tigers win, a statement win, if you will. You're listening to the Bucks Ace Hardware postgame show. Stop by Bucks Ace today. Power tools, grills, and the best gun department. Bucks locations at Dino Crossing, Santa Clara, and Hurricane. And speaking of Hurricane, the Tigers tonight, they're fired up. There's chest bumps everywhere, people jumping in the air. They're fist pumping like champs. This is a big-time victory for a school that's gone a while without something to celebrate as much as they have tonight, and especially to do it here at homecoming for the Warriors is an incredibly special experience. Our very own Andy Thompson headed down to get some interview with players, talk to the coaches. You'll hear clips and see that those tidbits posted to our social medias. For our TV audience, streaming on sportsradio977.com, appreciate you being with us. You get a great look at some of these highlights and what was able to happen for Snow Canyon. Their one score came off the hands of a quarterback change. It was Brody Lounsbury getting into the game, marched him down the field in under 5 plays. It was a 4-play drive that resulted in a touchdown strike to Kel Johnson. But other than that, everything else was the Tigers, forcing turnovers, big offensive plays. You can name a multitude of different things that went in the direction of H-Town. And for them, they advanced to 3-4 on the year. They were 22nd in the RPI coming into tonight. I have a feeling they'll jump up a little bit. Snow Canyon was number 16 coming in, and right now for the Warriors, they will fall to 2-5, 1-2 in region play. The Hurricane Tigers are now 2-2 in region play. Snow Canyon still has 3 region games left to be played out. Hurricane has 2, as well as an out-of-region game against San Juan, taking on the Broncos. As we continue to go through some of those highlights, it's just a scenario in which the Tigers' defense there, for a second, deserves a ton of credit, because Snow Canyon came out in the second half. They implemented a new quarterback. He gets them down the field in those 4 plays we discussed. They score a touchdown. Everybody's worried, at least assumingly so, on that Hurricane sideline, that they're saying, oh, man, new quarterback, new looks. What are we supposed to do? I don't think that could have been further from the case. They got settled in. They talked about it. They made adjustments. And after that, we witnessed a couple interceptions. We witnessed a pick 6. We witnessed the defense making big-time plays. Snow Canyon moved the ball here and there, but the Tigers' defense just had a better understanding. The adaptability that this Hurricane team possesses is pretty fun to see. And you saw it on full display, because the Warriors made a change, threw a punch, and you know what? It looked really dang good, especially on that first drive. But it was the Tigers who were able to they blinked a couple times. That's fine. They settled back in, came back out on the field, and were able to put this one to bed. Basically, by the time the fourth quarter rolled around, something that the Tigers haven't been able to do. They played a lot of close games this year. A lot of close games. We talked about the game against Moapa, 1-point game. Dixie, 6-point game. Cedar, 7-point game that they very well could have won at the very end. They haven't had a blowout performance like this against a region team. in a while, and tonight they got just that on the road. They took care of Hillcrest early in the year, 56-14, absolutely a blowout, but against a region team, a team that knows you well, a team that you have a history with, right? The whole rivalry aspect, homecoming, that's a big-time performance tonight for this Hurricane Tigers team. We'll get you some other final scores here. We have our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker Play of the Game and our Player of the Game that we have to hand out. But if you're looking for just kind of a quick breakdown on how this one played out, well, look no further, because I've got it for you right here. The very first touchdown of the game, as highlights continue to roll here for those streaming on sportsradio977.com. With 1:03 in the first quarter, a back-and-forth game, Austin McRoberts took one 47 yards from Dylan Gabriel, rolling out to his right. He had to huck one up there. He was under some pressure. Beautiful ball. McRoberts created a route on his own accord, was able to split away from the defense, and got into the end zone for a big-time touchdown. Had 12 coming into tonight. That was touchdown 13, I think it was, and he wasn't quite done there yet. Dylan Gabriel will make it 14-0 on a 3-yard run for the Tigers. Hit a couple spin moves on that drive. Had a big one before he punched into the end zone. Snow Canyon would answer. In that third quarter, we talk about Kel Johnson, 7-yard pass from Brody Lounsbury. They put him in the game. He moves him down the field. And you see out there on the field right now for the Warriors, Lounsbury, Joe Mack Smith, the two quarterbacks getting minutes tonight, sharing a little bit of a back pat. They're talking amongst each other. You like to see that against two guys who very well may not know who's playing next week, right? Or they may split time, or they may not. It's simply hard to say, but you appreciate that competitive aspect through and through for these guys. After that, 14-7, Hurricane would score the next three and go on a 21-0 run, unanswered, to close out this ball game. It started with McRoberts' 75-yard pass. The safety came up, bid on a dig route, and it ended up in McRoberts all alone off the play action there from Gabriel. 75-yarder for Austin. Connor Clyde would have a 3-yard plunge into the end zone for the Tigers as well. Get the big man on the board wearing number 14. And then a pick six was, that was probably the piece of resistance here for the Hurricane Tigers, the cherry on top, and what was a big-time run back for number 23 of the Hurricane Tigers. That, of course, is defensive leader, and I want to say captain. I don't know that for certain, but I do want to say captain, and Karsten Walker, who took it off of a big-time hit from Tanner Matua, who got into Lounsbury. He floated that one up. Walker took it the other direction. And that's how you got to a 35-7 ball game. So let's do it. Player of the game, playmaker, play of the game. I mean, anytime there's a pick six, you want to look in that direction and award something like that. You want to give it the credit that it deserves. But ultimately, man, I think the Austin McRoberts 75-yard pass from Dylan Gabriel has to be your Appliance Wholesalers Plus playmaker, play of the game, because Snow Canyon had bit back. They threw a punch. It was 14-7. It felt like a different ball game. It felt like momentum possibly could have shifted. And then the Tigers didn't miss a beat. They came back out on the field. The defense for Snow Canyon played with tenacity there, passion for the first couple of plays. They were getting in the backfield. They were fired up because their offense got into the end zone, and rightfully so. And then on third down, you run a little play action, safety bites, and you hoist a 75-yarder to McRoberts. I feel that's definitely worthy, because any momentum the Warriors had garnered at that point, the Tigers absolutely squashed within a split second, in 75 yards in a matter of, I won't even say it was a minute that the Tigers were out on the field. So that's going to be your Appliance Wholesalers Plus playmaker play of the game. Remember, it's easier than you think to buy direct and save at Appliance Wholesalers Plus, the #1 playmakers in the appliance business, open to the public across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart. And last award we got to give here is